Ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, we build on topics, whether conscious or cosmic. It's never nonsense, mega levels are microscopic. It's a Killah Priest project, AD control the rocket. Before we land the plane, many things we engage and explain. The unexplained, without mask. Welcome to the Killah Priest podcast. Killah Priest podcast.
Oh, reset. I didn't know my thing was back like this. You know? Welcome to another episode of Killah Priest Podcraft. Welcome, everyone. I am your host, Killah Priest, or just Priesthood, or just Lord, Son, or Horror, Cora. And driving the rocket is none other than AD.
Peace, what's good? Welcome back. It's going to be a wild show. You already know. Let's go.
Let me make sure this is right. Now, I may be pulling this off. Hold up. If it gets too hot, like this.
There you go.
Hold on.
From the outside.
Okay. From the outside looking in. There we go. Now I'm cool.
That looks super fly.
Hey, there we go. All right. Should we start the whole show?
Nah, you like doing it like this.
Hey, yo, shout out to the Podcraft Room, the best craft room on the internet. I want to shout out to the Oracle, Coach Kandaka. She says, peace to everybody. And the architects, Vinny Black Lodge. He got rockets up, peace, priest, and AD. Yes. And, okay, all right. And who do we got coming in? We got, let me see it. Atom Ray, what up? He says, AKA Unknown Source. Indeed, brethren, indeed.
That's your producer name, huh?
Oh, man, come on. Who is Unknown Source? We don't know. Twilight Zone, Killah with the gauntlet glove. You know, I got it again. Okay, we're going to get it. Yo, today's show is going to be incredible. I'm going to let y'all build up. Charles says, salute, AD.
Peace.
Gave you these.
What up, Charles?
All right. Paul Min says, peace to Iron Sheik, South Korea in the building. We got South Korea in the building. Oh, yes.
Wow.
What time is it out there? We would like to know.
Man.
Word. And you know, everybody knows Danny Salinas is in the building.
Yo, we worldwide around here, man. That's crazy.
I'm feeling good. Yo, man, thank y'all for your donations and your super chats. Let's keep it going. You know, we getting some very, very good business starting to come. And the more that we get, the more that we all get, because we think this need to go mainstream. You know what I'm saying? We need to go mainstream. That's our goal. Well, anyway, we just want to push out the information that people are not talking about and push out some real information being ourselves. And the dialogue, that's why I know the dialogue that we be talking about. Like, the show today is going to be off the hook, you know. I don't hear a lot of people out there speaking. I was going to say celebrities, you know what I mean? But I don't hear a lot of people out there just talking what we talking about. And the guests that come on are amazing. Last time, who we had? Mighty Hebrew went an ape. Shout out to Mighty Hebrew, man. He gets props. Okay.
Oh.
Yep, that missed me on that.
There you go.
Somebody said power glove. And we're bringing a team, you know what I'm saying? Everything we enjoy. This is why, because we could do this. Oh, Nick Robinson said, peace to God Priest from Jamaica, from Yard. Indeed. Let me get some yam, man, some saltfish. Word. Aki. Shout out to Jamaica. Yard, you know. JJ said, Priest Stone all day. Have no fear. Rocketeers are in here. Shout out to the Rocketeers and the craftsmen in the board. Let me see. So next slide. Mighty Heber was blessed to Hootie. Yeah, blessed by. I can't wait to that, man. That's if they still do it, it's got to be done big. You know what I'm saying? If they still do it, you know what I'm saying? I'm hoping they would. I'm gonna give to Hootie a call this week. You know what I'm saying? So it'll be crazy. It'll be something special. I know he been backed up, man. We've been doing our thing. You know what I mean? AD. Now I'm gonna let y'all know As y'all come in the building. Where's it at? I've did cold brew myself.
Hey.
And I bought some for us. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's a little sparkly. You know what I'm saying? I bought some, I put a little some sparkling water in it. You know what I mean? But this right here is from my man. I know he watching. This is dried, processed on African bed, which is raised above ground for quality. This is Ethiopian coffee right here, AD.
Mm-hmm.
Check it out.
Yo.
Make sure they see this. I'm going to do cold brew that I did. And when you're doing this is one thing this right here save your life. Put it in a thermos.
And a thermos?
Yeah, hydro flask. This is the flask.
You got that at Whole Foods?
Huh? Nah, I got this when I was in Denver.
Oh, shit.
I was in Colorado. This is bougie and high class. So I went to one of these bougie stores. This cost me $75.
Damn.
I know I could have played. I played myself. You can get this for like $20. But I was like, no, give me that one. So I got this one. But check it out. It stays cold for damn near 2 days, y'all. If you got soup and stuff, it'll stay hot for 2 days, and I'm not lying. For real. Then it started going down to regular. Yo, listen, Priest, I am a can at some point, but it stays cold for a long time. So I'm going to take off my power glove before we bring on Gano. We have Gano Grills coming today. This brother is I call him a super shaman. There's a lot of cats that talk about it, but certain people that can explain it. Go into the science. He's been around. He started off, I will let him tell a story. He's been with Wu-Tang Clan since the beginning, before the beginning. Started out as one of the greatest graffiti writers. I'll let him tell y'all about the stories, going into it.
Wow.
I don't know if he's RZA's best friend or Ghost. I don't know what. He knows the story. He's everyone. Gano's been in countless Wu-Tang movies, and he's also been in the document. He has a plethora of history with the clan. He grew up in Staten Island, but he'll tell you the story when he come. I know I keep on blurting it out. But Gano's Grills has been a family member for the long time, and this is the first time he's going to be on the Podcraft, and I'm honored for him coming here. Hey, you got water? Okay. Got to give you some props for that, brother. You're going to be up here soon.
Okay.
Word. Sue has got water. Man, I got to give you props for that. No extras? That's it? Okay. All right, we're going to try this for the first time as y'all coming in the building. Somebody says, Coach Bill, JJ, good looking, coming from, he gave us €1. Says, Priest AD, salute. Quick question before you get into it. What stage into your music career were you at when you did Black August dropped? Let's think about that. I was in my, Black August, I was in my second stage. We just transformed, they transferred me late from Geffen Records to MCA Records. So I was on MCA, pretty much young. Still a new jack at it a little bit, learning, get my runs around with Heavy Mental, but I was extra hype on it. My cousin came in and was helping me during that time, and I met Just Blaze. So me and Just Blaze, my bag, messed that all the way up. That was a View from Masada. Oh, yeah. Been drinking too much of this. Priest made a mistake. All right, let me straighten that out. Black August is when I returned to getting with an independent label. I wasn't doing any independent. I was just doing myself because I think we were doing Priesthood. And I was at a stage of growing, and that's supposed to have been my comeback album, Black August. Erase everything I said before. That was about View from Masada. I was off the majors, and I was about doing my own. I talked to this dude, Louis Lombard, at the time, and he told me that he showed me how the label were beating us, and I was like, I don't like that. You know what I'm saying? And plus, you never know who's working for the company. you have a bunch of strangers and people supposed to be doing their job, but they wasn't because they didn't know where they didn't understand me. That's what I felt like. They never understood me. And I felt like, maybe they wanted something, but I was never going to jeopardize my quality of my sound for that. So I was coming back on Black August was my comeback album, and I actually got in bed with this label, and it ended up breaking up in 2 albums. We split the album, and it became Black August Light and Black August Dark. The album was 1 at one time. And my man Dreddy Cougar had helped me out with that. Shout out to him. So Dreddy Cougar helped me out with that. And we, Solstice, I introduced the world. Well, she was around for a minute. Solstice joined on to that and got a Horseman track. And I was just in a go-getter mood. You know what I'm saying? It was like, I'm going to make a comeback. Black August, my birthday month. And it's going to be dark. And it's going to be something different. That's where I was. I answered that question thick and rich, fat with a lot of meat, no bones. Hope that got to you. Vinny, what up, Vinny? He said, thanks to all the support in the Podcraft and the artists submitting the music promo. That is true. Thank y'all for coming through because it's a lot of music that been coming through and a lot of great artists. Pretty much that's how Royal Priesthood was formed. And I want to say shout out to Purpose too. Hold up, as we go on with that. Let me see something. I'm gonna send you something. Shout out to Purpose. Purpose did the beat for 95 Bodega, yo. He's an incredible producer and MC. He's from Tragic Allies. He has an album coming out. His second single, I'm gonna send it to you. I want to put this up because he's a good brother of mine, and he's been doing this for a very long time. It's called what's it? Commodity. Let me send this to you. I'm just gonna put it up. I know I'm getting it together. AD. I know he got it. Well, what's this? A single? I just sent it to you. I got you, Perp. Shout out to Purpose. He has Want for More. It's the second single off his new album called Perp. Yeah, I gotta get it right. Let me send you this. We're gonna play this during the music for the music thing. It says Want for More is by Purpose of Tragic Allies. And it's from his single. This is his single. Dope MC. Well, he also did Royal Jelly. So I've been working with them, and they also worked on Bear. And we also worked together on Psychic World. He did Althini and a lot of dope other tracks. So we've been working. He's been doing his business for a while. Everybody know I love Dragon Ball Z. And come on, let's turn Bob Ross back around. Word. I'm down to check it out, fam. Okay. All right, so with that, here we go. I take off my gloves and I'm going to pour what I made cold brew. Now, when you're cold brewing, I'm just going to tell y'all this now. When you're cold brewing, you just got to get your coffee, get a choice brand. I got this. It's from Africa, right? This is from Ethiopian Hara. You put it in a big jug. We don't have no jug, and you just stir it up.
What is
and
that?
You put it in the refrigerator for 3 days if you want to do it. This one is 4 days, though, AD. So I'm going to pour it, and then that's how it came out. And I actually did mine with sparkling water. So I should have what's the name in there? Should I take it first so you can trust me? Or here you go, AD.
Why don't you go first?
All right, I'll go first. Before I spread this around. I don't been on it already. So this is it. Super. Berries. Come on. And I took that straight down. I told you this is dope. I had this out for like 3 hours already, 4 hours, and it's still cold. and it's suds. I mean, and the bubble is sparkling. I put sparkling water and it's still popping. I got the notes of tropical fruit, and it's spicy, a little bit spicy on the side of my jaw. Almost woodish, spicy coffee taste blend with, I don't know, AD, you can explain it more. All right, so I did mine. You got to do yours now.
Oh, wow.
I'll give you the cup. Sparkling water coffee made by Priest. Shout out to Jason. We still got ours.
Sparkling coffee.
Hey, come on. There you go. I got to deal with regular, but I have to do a spunk in it.
Yeah.
You want to try to say Sue? All right. Bring you on.
Ooh.
Hey, what do you think?
It's a bit nutty.
This was his, hey, but he's drinking. He's not complaining. Tell me what you're tasting it. Let me be honest. I mean, if
It's good.
hey, it's good, right?
Yeah.
This is called longberry. So
Oh.
that's the flavor in it. Not regular coffee, is longberry, not elderberry.
Longberry.
I could actually sparkling water in it.
You got to tell them what
Yeah.
he's saying because they can't hear him.
Oh, I'm gonna bring you on, and then we're gonna bring you on in a minute. I'm just gonna wait for Hari. And
I like
I guess you like it, right?
it. Yeah, it's
Hey,
Yeah, it's good. No,
well,
it's cool.
AD, you the expert out of all of us in the tea.
I just drink a lot of coffee, but this is good.
I mean, the coffee.
Yeah. No, I like it.
So there you have it.
You know what? I can already tell it's pretty strong just from a few sips.
Hey,
You know what I mean? Because usually you can't tell until it kicks in. But you said this is Ethiopian?
read it. I bought it. That's why I bought it.
I better take it
Sometimes,
easy.
well, AD,
I'm going to go slow. I'm going to go slow on it.
Sure, you gotta take that. I took it all the way down.
Yeah, because I measure my coffee. I do like
Oh yeah.
3 ounces in the morning is cool, and then I'll do 2 more ounces later on. And that's not even concentrate. That's just regular cold brew coffee. Do you know what I'm saying? When I was doing the concentrate, I was having less than that.
I talked to a couple of monks.
Monks, coffee drinking monks.
Yeah, they told me you're doing a good job. Just keep doing it. They said Morocco. Said if you want to drink coffee, you need to drink with us. Not disrespecting my team drinkers because I don't want to get, you know what I mean, I want to get brought up to council. You know what I'm saying? The council of long beards come through before you and sit you down and be like, you've been drinking coffee, Priest. And like, yeah, I've been drinking a little cold brew. You know what I mean? So I did it because you got got me hooked on it. So I don't want the T Nation to think that I'm turning on them because I'm all tea. You know what I'm saying?
Demetrius says that we got to drink some sea moss next.
Hey, all right, that's a step up. We'll make it. How about we make purple sea moss here on the show? Wait, another takes.
I'm down for that. I do want to get into some more sea moss,
Let's
but
do it.
like as the drink, you know what I mean? I don't want to do the paste like we did last time. I want to have like a little concoction of sea moss. You know what I'm saying?
What do you mean paste?
Remember last time you had the sea moss paste and we tasted it with a spoon? And I was like, ugh. Remember? You remember that? That was many episodes ago.
I'm trying to see who did it though. Was it Inky? It wasn't. I'm just
Oh, I
saying
don't know.
who brand it was. Did I make it?
Somebody brought it.
It was Inky. It was Inky's. It was Inky. It was out of the jar. It was purple and it had bladder rack in it. Yeah. Well, AD, well, we could have made that into a shake.
There you go.
So there's many things we could have did with that. We just raw dogged and just ate the like jelly, no pork intended. But we ate the sea moss as it in the form. You wanted it shake in it. You want sugar in it too? You
I
wanna
mean,
make yours
if it
like-
needs it,
I'll
if
put
it needs sugar, I would put honey. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That would be my preferred sugar, or some organic maple syrup. Only if it needs it, though. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure it's fine without it. I'll try it out.
Yo.
So it is what it is.
All right, because we got to go back to your organic maple syrup.
Yeah.
Everybody always, because I was talking about bougie sweeteners.
I mean, we in LA. You know, I'm already kind of bougie.
Come on, bro. You know, we was just talking about it. I go to
Yeah.
Erewhon.
Oh yeah, that's more than Whole Foods, right? That's more bougie.
Yeah, that's
They have actual little bars in there.
yes.
Right?
We have to go one day.
Isn't there like a coffee bar,
Yeah.
and then there's a cheese bar
Yes.
with a specific cheese person.
That's right.
Then there's like a deli person.
Talk to him.
No, I've been in there with like
Talk
once,
to
but it
him.
was a long time ago. But yeah,
Talk
that's
to
more
him.
bougie than Whole Foods.
Hey, If you want quality food, go to the quality places. You can't put a price on your food or you'll pay for it later with your life.
My whole thing is sourdough bread. I'm really big on sourdough. So I go to the bakery and make sure they have some like organic sourdough bread. It's got to be the real stuff. Because if you go to like a regular Ralph's and try to get sourdough, it's fake sourdough. They mix that shit with wheat and yeast and all that. It's fake. You know what I mean? You got to go to an actual bakery where they can make real sourdough bread. That's my whole big thing on these fancy stores.
All right, let's make this correction real quick.
What you got?
Before Gano comes on. Yeah. So let's make this right. That wasn't my... That's why I put as a Sri Master Gano Grills. So SRI. Let's get this right. We're going to do this correct.
Okay, what you saying? CRI or SRI?
That was it. SRI. Capital SRI. Master Gano Grills.
Yo, he just popped up automatically when I typed that in. Wow. Okay. So that's the guest.
Yes.
Okay. Cool.
All right, I'm in the back. I have to represent our brothers correctly. You know what I'm saying? I'll take that one. So it's Sri. That's why I said this is a Sri Master. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to him.
Okay.
Yeah.
And he's coming on Zoom today?
Yes, he will be here.
All right. And he is a master of...
Exactly. Huh?
What's he... spirituality?
Yeah, spirituality. He goes into all. I'll let him explain his story when he come on here, man, because we have a thick, rich history that dates way back, but he's on another level. You know what I'm saying right now, and I'll be the one to say it. You know what I'm saying? I met a lot of brothers during the time, and it just okay. And this brother, when he talks, you can feel some Reiki. You know what I mean? Reiki coming through. You know, I'm like, oh man, I like to be entertained and not just entertained, enlightened. It's two type of L's: enlightening, elite. L. When we deal with L, you deal with the ancient God. Word God, where it come from. Been on this show too long, man. Man, shout out to Ngozi. Shout out to Brother Garfield. Shout out to all the great minds, Tahuti. To all the great minds who sat on the Podcraft and enlightened on so many deep levels. You know what I'm saying? Zion Lex, Neptali, and we can't forget, cannot forget, Mighty Hebrew, and the great late Jordan Maxwell. You know what I'm saying? We'll do one more spill. Tell me when it's 5:40, and then we're gonna bring them on. All right, still waiting for the album since last year. Which album? Horoscope. Everything's done. We're just getting a couple of things straight. Charles is acting like he didn't know that. Charles is acting like he didn't know that. What's the name passed away. And let's make Cap some props too. Make Cap. You know what I'm saying? Word. He acting like he didn't know that. What's the name passed away? Jordan Maxwell. We lost a great mind, one of the great minds that was building since way back, man, in the early 90s. Had his tape. He was doing it way before that. And he was one of those great cats that was on there, you know. So he brought out the secrets of the Illuminati. And not only that, he was breaking down. I saw when he was breaking down the whole entire system. He went so deep. Yo, his mind will definitely be missed. For real. Shout out to Truth Seeker. Word. And we straighten it out. Hold up. Pardon me, y'all. Bird. Priest, you should make a song in Spanish. I gotta learn good Spanish. I learned from AD.
Well, I may not be the best person to teach you Spanish. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I definitely would do that.
I
Betty Boops is. I'll get somebody to teach me. Word. It's like all the Spanish, Latin. They don't even speak Latin. Like when Danny, that time I told you that story. Mm-hmm. We went to the. We was in the store. The lady was like, "When you gonna get one?" And I was like, "I need a new covers and I need towels." So Danny was behind me, and I said, "Danny, he's Spanish." He went and said, "Oh," he said, "I'll tell her." He said, "What you want me to tell her?" I said, "Tell her we need new towels." He said, "We need new towels." That was so funny, yo. I said, "Yo, listen, man." Word. Nick Campbell in the building. Shout out to him. Oh, I could get Danny Salinas to teach me. There you go. Paz para los Dinos. El Rapido. No doubt, man. Yes. We're going to get it. Killah Priest and PR Terrace. Yeah, he can show me. Yeah, definitely PR Terrace. I want to go out to Mexico because I definitely want to. I've never been out to Mexico. I want to go see the pyramids up there. I want to see the pyramid of the sun. I want to go in there for a couple of days because we Leos, what's our planet? The sun.
The sun. You're ruled by the sun.
Yeah.
That's why everywhere your Leos go, you shine. And it represents the heart. That's the sun. So that's why you're also warm because you represent the middle of summer.
Right. I'm wearing orange now.
Boom. So you're always going to shine like the sun. You know what I'm saying? That's that Leo energy.
Yes.
The lion of the tribe of Judah.
No doubt. No doubt. Let me see. So y'all coming in. Oh, Aurora Borealis in the building. Shout out to him. Vamos. Yeah. Yeah. Vamos, Killah. Peace. Yeah. Jam. We'll get it. Sacrifice to the gods.
Yeah, that's right. I am Colombian. I'm not Puerto Rican. I'm also half Mexican, but I just tell girls I'm Colombian, so they think I have coke.
Hey, some nice white coming from the lake. Oh, Colombia got that. Shout out to Seasick. Colombia got that. Cuba, because Scarface was Cuban, right? Yeah. But Scarface was Cuban, but he had to get that. When they got with the Colombians, they were like, "We got it."
Yeah.
Now Mexico got it now, but I'm saying, but they got that. But in the movie Scarface, he was like, "I told you a long time. I told you a long time." And they say he was going to hit up Tony Montana. But what the thing about Tony was, when you go back and watch it, and I argue with Z on this, he was too much of a cokehead, yo. He was too excited. He was everything. That's why everybody tried to tell him to calm down. They was like, yo, everything was like, yo, man, I don't need this. I don't need this. I don't need this. I don't need this. And he was so crazy. And him and his, I don't know, the weird combination with him and his sister. Anybody know about that? Tony Montana. Did he he was in love with his sister? I think he wanted to have sex with her.
No, that was his sister. He just didn't like his best friend to betray him like that.
But how? It was his girl. He married her, but he was so crazy over her, he killed his friend for marrying his sister.
I mean, he saw it like a betrayal.
Oh, like the game?
I guess.
Go ahead, teach us about the game.
I'm not really teaching.
Is this hood?
No. I can't speak on that like that. I'm just trying.
I'm trying
to interpret the movie. You know what I'm saying? That's all. That's what I took from that movie. That
he was always weird to me, yo. Scarface.
But if you on cocaine, that's a methamphetamine. It's gonna mess with your brain. It's gonna mess with so many things. It's an outdated drug. Do you know what I mean? You can get that same type of energy from a pre-workout.
Yeah.
Like it's outdated. That's a 70s drug. If you're still on cocaine, you in the past. You're not. There's other ways to get that same type of energy. This coffee, a few more sips, we're gonna be there.
Good message. Get on that sugar cane.
Yeah, man. I'm starting to feel kind of Tony Montana with this
I told you.
sparkly brew right now.
More here, brethren. Just grab when you're ready. Grab when you're ready. It's here. I just took me a second sip. We getting crazy over here today.
You got to count your sips on this one.
Oh yeah, no, I want it strong.
Like, how many sips you got?
I want to be up for Gano. I mean for Sri.
I might be up till tomorrow. Man.
Yeah, I like that. But Tony Montana, back to this dude. Yo.
Okay, back to Tony.
He was too wild. He was arguing. Remember, everybody tried to. And was it Michelle Pfeiffer? You're so full of yourself, Tony. She told him when he was in the tub, like, "Oh, you need another Quail. You'll be with me again.
Another Quail, you'll love me again.
Yeah, you'll love me again." But buddy, like,
Quail, I don't love me
yeah.
again. Wake up with a Quail.
Demetrius say no to sugar cane. Dr. Inky. Was Dr. Inky's in the building? We got Harvey going to come through.
Say that though. You don't remember that?
Yeah, but that's going to go against AD's whole belief system.
No, I agree with that too. If you have too much, I don't think you should avoid it altogether, but you should not overdo it.
Cover Boy in the building. Shout out to Cover Boy. Antonio Montana. No, he was just too hype, man. And then if he would have saved remember the little dude? Open the door, Tony. Open the door, Tony. That rings in my head. I had nightmares over that. I couldn't sleep for 3 days. No, for real. No, for real. I had, because I really wanted, you know how that's the one movie. Scarface is one movie when you really rooted for the bad guy. Because you just wanted to believe, but when you go back and look at it again, he was like, yeah, he gonna get killed because he was too high. I did not notice that he was on drugs the entire thing. He was just high as hell on cocaine, and he couldn't keep calm. Like he never listened to nobody. You want to go to war? Like the homeboy and Frank, Frank was like he took Frank girl. Even though Frank I never trusted him. Frank just let him in, yo. I don't know. Tony was wilding, man. Go back and watch Scarface now, yo. See? He's bugged out. Then he got crazy. How many of y'all know he was dead anyway?
Say hello to my little friend.
You let him up with that. That was the first time I saw a rocket launcher, right?
Okay, Killah.
Yeah, but he done. After that, because cocaine is crazy. He tried to take out an entire mafia by himself.
Yeah, it does make you feel like godlike, like you're invincible. Or so I heard.
This part.
Yeah.
When they were shooting him up, he was getting lit up. He was going to die. He got shot. Yeah, he was dead before homeboy shot him in the back. 1932 Scarface versus 1983. You got to see 1932. LT Staten says, go ahead, AD, that's you. Says AD is
I like reading things that say AD is right. AD is right. He didn't know that his friend married his sister until after he killed her. And his sister told him. He didn't want his friend in his sis.
Oh, yeah, I agree with you on that. I get that part. But why, though?
I mean, I can't relate because I'm an only child. I don't have any brothers or sisters. But I do have a buddy of mine who has a sister that's younger than him, and he's very protective of her, which makes sense. I mean, that's family. You know what I'm saying?
How old are they?
I mean,
Scarface had to be like 30-something years old.
Yeah, he's like my age, and his little sister is like 22. So he doesn't want any of his friends trying to get with his little sister. That makes sense. You know what I'm saying?
I can see that. I can see. Okay, you violated. You bringing my sister into the game, but she was mad. She was like, "You want this, Tony? You want me, Tony?" He said, "What are you talking?" He shot in the. Wow.
Yeah, I haven't seen that movie in a minute.
You want me, Tony? This is what you want? Because she thought obviously she wasn't happy. First of all, he just killed her husband. She was in love with him. Her brother just murdered her husband. Yeah, a lot of bodies. And he killed his best friend for his sister. Cocaine is a hell of a drug, yo.
Don't do it.
Huh? Yeah, don't do it. Good message, AD. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, stick to coffee and cannabis.
So you trying to T2, man. Let's throw in the tea. Drink T2.
Yeah.
Don't try to diss the tea because we on coffee right now. Got a lot of people watching. Shout out to Kelly. And shout out to, yeah, man, I got a tea team that's looking.
Yeah,
shout out to
tea team.
Jason. Yeah, you got a
out.
lot of tea drinkers out there that might not like the way that came across.
Yeah, tea's cool.
You know what I'm saying? They go in their cabinet and they making tea, you know, they making cold brew matcha and everything. So they
Cold brew matcha.
See?
Tea and coffee?
Pardon me, y'all. See, I don't want my tea team to get in on that because they get upset. You know, I got a couple of secrets they probably didn't want out yet. But yeah, we got matcha coming. We got matcha, cold brew matcha. Yeah, it just ain't coffee. You know what I'm saying? They've been watching coffee drinkers for years do they thing. We didn't say one thing. Coffee drinkers been doing it for years.
Would you call yourself a matcha man?
Indeed. Shout out. I don't never knock the coffee. We do. Man, hit you. All right, matcha. I'm a matcha man. Hold up. I got the tea right there. Yo, they heard that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Uh-oh.
Oh, shoot. No way, man. Yo, I don't know what to say, but all right, y'all.
Uh-oh.
Yes, indeed. Man, this brother, like I said, history goes far back, man. One of the originals, one of the greatest, incredible. I just was talking to, what was I talking to? Soup. It was like, yo, man, his pen game, his pen as far as drawing is one of the best, greatest. I was like, yeah, you could just see his name on, I don't know if he's on trains, but walls, but you could just see it in lights, but it was aura. It's just aura. Then he turned out to be this magnificent, shamatic-like speaker of just, wow, show you many things. It's incredible. So for the Podcraft today, this is going to be a special day. I bring to you, just tell me when you're ready.
Oh.
Gano.
I'm ready.
Indeed. Yo, hold up. Peace, King. Let me give you an intro. Indeed, brother. How you doing?
Peace and blessings, Killah Priest. How are you, man? It's really, really good to see you. And I thank you for your eloquent words and reflections. I'm, very, very humbled to be on the Podcraft. And I love your word, the word play with that. I love how, come from a different angle with that. Very, very creative and innovative as you are,
Thanks, man. Thanks. So, man, well, I'm going to start off with just let the people who don't know, brief history to where you at now.
Killah Priest, I hate doing that. You know why? Because it's like having to run down your own resume is so weird.
I know what you say.
I would rather you do that.
Yeah. I did do it. I did do it a little bit, and I think I was doing a good job on that because your graph is amazing, and it's all through New York for years and years. And you go back, I don't know who best friend you are out of the whole clan because everyone knows you. I think it's you and RZA. And
right.
Yeah. And it's like,
no, go ahead, God. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like, I'm talking about, this is even before this is even before Firehouse. This is before the clan got even to the city. You know what I mean?
Right.
Gano.
Right.
Gano. Word. And and it's like the transition and just the timing to how everything just elevated into I heard you talk. And then it was me and Ghost. And I said, yo, you saw that? He said, yeah, I saw him. It's like, yo, what are you on? What are you on? It's like your hair, I don't know, your hair changed. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not talking about just age. It's just like something, it was something different. And you were talking and then you were talking about you said something about, I believe it was Doth. You were saying
Lord Talk.
yeah, you were saying something about going into finding the energy and coming out. We were listening and I was like, yo, this is crazy. Ghost was blown away. He was like, yo, I don't know. Yo, I can't deal with it. I don't know where he at. I don't know where he at. And we were both amazed because I think we was in a hotel somewhere and we watched Sonetta. I think you was on early Sonetta. And we saw you speaking.
Okay.
We saw you speaking
Yes.
and no, if it was Young Pharaoh or it was this other cat and you, oh man, he messed up. He was telling you something about sperm or something, cell, and you went in. He was, I forgot his name. Yeah, couldn't remember his name, but.
You're talking about Young Marcus, I think.
Yeah.
that him?
Yeah. No, it wasn't Young Marcus. I forgot it. Salas?
Okay.
Salas. That's it. Salas. His name was Salas. They called him Cheese, Young Cheese or something like that. Yeah, Cheese or Salas. But
Okay.
anyway, you didn't really. You were just schooling them on some, and it was metaphysics, like some like metaphysic to the third realm, to the fifth. You know what I mean? You went there, and it was like, oh wow, yeah, this brother is awake. So when did the transition? I was just starting with that. The transition.
Okay, so
evolving.
the first thing to establish is that what has led me to where I am now at this current moment.
Yeah. And where are you? Yeah. And where are you?
Right. So what led me to where I am now, that last shift, and if you speak to Ghost or RZA or Meth or any of them, what's funny is when Wu-Tang Clan was being assembled literally like in 1988, 89, 90, 91.
Right.
And RZA was going back and forth, and there were a lot more members of Wu-Tang. A lot of people don't know this. So, we had Wu-Tang was really more of a movement, but when it codified as an actual rap group, the 9 members of Wu-Tang, they earned their placement there. And during that time, in the late 80s, I was wearing a long white robe, praying 5 times a day, and tabliking, as they say, and just building with people all throughout the projects of the 5 boroughs. And that's something that I was doing. So the reason that I say that, Killah Priest, is because this is not something that is new to me. That was over 30 years ago. However, the last shift started 10 years ago, and that shift represented the descendants of Lord Talk. That's how you say his name. A lot of people mispronounce names, and it's really important that we don't do that. I'll give you case in point. As an actor, yes, I am Gano Grills, but as in a divine avatar, my title is Sri Master Gano Grills. The reason that it is important to denote that title is because I've done a lot of things on the earthly realms just as an artist, an actor, and other things. But when it comes to spirituality and the divine, in order for me to switch gears, that address has to be there, right? It's really like sending an email. If you have 2 different email addresses, your email for business is not going to be the same as your personal email that you may get regular things from. So the address is going to be different. And I insist upon that with people because a lot of times people try to communicate with certain beings, but they're mispronouncing the name of the exalted being of whom they wish to address. As a result, if you put one wrong character inside of the bar when you're sending the email will not make it to its locality. And I see a lot of people repeating that same mistake when they're saying things like Ganesh or Thoth or Toth. It's not his name. It's not how you pronounce it. You want to be extremely didactic with the rightful pronunciation of whom it is that you are addressing so that you can get a response, right? But back to the last part, started about 12 years ago. My Kundalini had activated spontaneously. And as a result, it literally felt like a giant hand had reached to my lower spine and shook it loose. As a result, I would topple over like a rag doll, and I had no control over my skeletal structure. It was really embarrassing. And that happened extemporaneously for a year and a half straight. That was the beginning of another energy coming into my consciousness that belongs to, some people call him Tahuti. Some people say Trismegistus thrice great. He asked me to refer to him as Lord Thoth. Lord Thoth is the future emanation of who I will become. And we are the same consciousness. He is also known as other gods in other pantheons in the way that an actor is the same and is known by different characters that he portrays within the medium of a TV show or a movie, but it's still the same actor. That's basically what it is. So that started 12 years ago. And 10 years ago, I started doing a series of rituals. Those rituals drew into my body, literally, certain energies from the elemental corporeal environment that allowed me to direct and codify reality and rearrange certain structures of certain things. So if you look at certain of the videos where I am snapping my fingers and lightning appears, or I am demolecularizing my physical form, or putting hands on and creating energies in other people, that started about 10 years ago. And what I was asked to do from the spiritual world is to start teaching and sharing what it is that I know and the things that I've learned along the way as a human being, but has grown into a divine avatar. So that's the succinct answer to that question.
You said you said you let me say this right. How you say it? Toth?
Right. Lord. Let's put the Lord on the beginning of it.
Yeah.
Lord Thoth. So
Lord Thoth.
The H is silent.
Yeah.
Lord Thoth.
Lord
That's
Thoth.
right.
Right. Lord Thoth told you to how to pronounce his name? Well, you would, yeah.
When I say it's for lack of a better term, it's really more of a gnosis that is the way his name is pronounced. What happened in ancient Kim, right, is there were certain seals that were placed on the consciousness of certain individuals who are still incarnating today that still mispronounce his name as Toth or Thoth or Thoth. That is not how you pronounce his name. That is a spell that he created back then to delineate the difference and to make it clear who the real followers of Lord Thoth actually is. So yes, there's a level of indwelling knowledge that is gnosis based. And when I say he told me that, it's not literally where I'm standing in front of him and he says, I want you to Lord Thoth. It's just an indwelling knowledge. And I have to say, Killah Priest, in the past 10 years, I have conducted over 25 different seminars with audiences that range anywhere from 50 people to 300 some odd people. And there are only maybe 4 times where I could not answer someone's question. Wow. And when I sense that someone is just probing to see if I can answer that question, I immediately will dispel it because it's just not an exercise or a platform for me just to show and prove that I have the ability to basically answer questions that I don't know anything about. It's really just another derivative of what comes with being a divine avatar. And I say all of that to say this, it's part of the job. So being a divine avatar, the responsibilities that come with that is that you have to empower other people and move other people along the pathway of their own evolution if they decide to take on the obligation of that.
So, yeah, that was heavy, man. Told you it's gonna be powerful today.
Have you mentioned that Killah Priest, man?
So tell us, where are you today, and what do we need to know?
Good question. Where I am today, I am utilizing my energy in the most efficient way. Nothing in the universe wastes energy. That's why we have black holes and quasars and magnetars. This is the efficient expression of very, very intelligent celestial bodies who happen to be, some of them are older than this particular galaxy or solar system that we are in. So as a result, having that kind of consciousness, it allows you to express it in a very efficient manner. Case in point, these days, what I'm doing is the divine spark that we all have. I am seeking and using it more in a proficient manner, meaning that like this particular podcast is more preferential to me. The Podcraft, right, is more preferential because it allows, this will live forever. And there will be hundreds and thousands of people over a course of time that will learn some things from this and be able to derive a sense of light, order, or direction or instruction from this particular podcraft that you are affording people. I would prefer to do this than to speak just a one-on-one conversation with someone who may most likely forget 95% of what it is that comes through me. That's not the most efficient use of my time. As a result, my ability to manifest on certain levels, I am directing that in other manners. I'm executive producing, actually. I'm having a lot of fun with being an executive producer and bringing about different projects. At the moment, there's going to be, I don't know if I should speak about this.
Well, here we do it.
Okay. All right. Well, okay. So Wu-Tang Clan and Nas are about to go on a tour. And my partner and I, Gerald Barkley, are producing different spots that will be the commercials that will start to come out in the next few months. We're way ahead of the curve. So literally, these are things we're working on. I also am executive producer of a film called The Wu-Tang Experience, which is, I'll just leave it there because I don't know if RZA wants to kind of put that out there in terms of exactly what it is, but these are the certain areas that I am lending my energy to, because spirituality is something that is really effortless for me. So it makes more logical sense for me to spill over that power and that energy into other areas to materialize other things that will benefit conclaves of people for many different reasons. I'm also creating some very interesting NFTs that also will shift your consciousness to emoticon. And those things, I started creating them last year, actually, but it's just about time for them to be minted and to hit the market for a very specific audience. So that's what I'm doing now. And eventually this year, before the year is up, we'll do 2 more physical seminars. And in those physical seminars, people will be able to come and basically learn some of the things that Galacticus, which is the name of my movement, teaches people, and get a paradosis from me. A paradosis meaning that it is an energetic dispensation that I will direct and place into a certain place within the attendee, and that energy will live within them forever. Even if they die the next day, they will take the tamuz of that energy into their next lifetime, wherever they decide to incarnate, even if it is not here on this planet. So this is something that I am looking forward to. And I would like to get at least 2 physical seminars on the calendar before 2022 ends. So it's a very, very productive time. And there's a lot of things that, you know, every day is a new adventure.
Yo, go ahead.
I just wanted to point out for people at home who probably don't know you yet that you're also the video director for Wu-Tang and American Saga. That's the one on Hulu, right?
Right. No. Let's make that clear.
Okay.
I am playing a director
Oh, gotcha.
as an actor on the last episode of season 2.
Gotcha.
For some reason, a lot of people are thinking that, you know, I am the director. That's not true.
Gotcha.
So with that being said, that particular episode, and I believe 3 or 4 episodes, was directed by none other than Mario Van Peebles, who also is an executive producer on the Wu-Tang American Saga story. And he's a really, really amazing, talented director.
I just want to make sure I have your title correct underneath your name. So I have you as executive producer, actor, and world-class spiritual advisor. Would that be accurate?
That would be accurate.
Okay.
Thank you.
Just want to make sure I have you properly represented here. And yeah,
Absolutely.
you've
And obviously, Sri Master Gano Grill. So the Sri, SRI, are all capitals. And obviously, the rest is pretty easy.
got it. It's cool that you were also in The Sopranos and in Shaft and in Oz. You have quite a roster here of movies you've been in. That's awesome.
Absolutely. Well, as an actor, you know, we got a chance to really do a lot of things. And I wish there were some things that I've done in theater that made it onto IMDb. But unfortunately, they don't list those things. That's not a database for things that are in the proscenium stage or black box theater or, you know, Shakespeare theater. Only television and film make it onto IMDb. But again, it's about manifesting and utilizing your creative spark and directing that consciously to wherever you wish. And that's really the purpose of your life here on Earth. And when you choose not to experiment or experience the latitude of all of the things that are possible, it's really a grand waste of time and your reason for being here in the first place. This is a lush playground of infinity. And there are some people that unfortunately paint themselves into a corner and they don't really know what to do with the energy of their life. And it doesn't have to be that way.
Yo, I was just on that, man. And there's a lot of crazy energy now in these times. I was just talking about like people having dreams, more like feeling like vibes. It's just the vibes that be going on right now. Like, what do you say about that? Because we need an answer spiritually. Like, you know, we tried different ways of getting answers and trying to figure out. So, you know, with all of this pandemic and stuff and things of that nature, what's happening? Is there a shift happening now? Are we starting to? Is it pushing us to be more God-like or more human-like, or what? Up to, I mean, the floor is yours.
That's a really a great question, Killah Priest. And one of the things that I would say is that every day, every moment, there is a macro shift, and there are micro shifts, and depending on where you are in your consciousness, that is what depends on what your radar or your perceptibility is able to glean and gauge. Some people are not able to look at the handwriting right in front of them on the wall because they're desensitized to the obvious. But then there are other people like myself. I was always teased about being too sensitive when I was a kid. Oh, you're being too sensitive. It's just, you're giving it too much credence. And that ended up being one of my biggest gifts. So when people don't have the ability to be able to pick up things that usually is a nuance or a subtlety. They're going to miss out on something that's a lot bigger. So one of the things that I would say is right now in this world, literally, and you brought up a very crucial component, right? One of the things that I teach my students is that dreams, I've taught them that we don't use death. We don't identify with physical death. We say transcendence. I've taught my students to stop saying dreams unless they're speaking to another neophyte. We call dreams recordings, because if you refer to it as a dream, the data of the dream usually dissipates like incense smoke within 30 seconds of you opening up your eyes. So one of the things I do is I teach my students to not only remember their dreams, which we lovingly refer to as recordings, because it is a recording. It is the action of what it is that you are doing outside of your body. And the only time you give yourself the permission to experience your other homes is when you close your eyes and rest your body, unless you are trained on an intermediate level to meditate or use words of power, sequence of power, certain mantras or certain gods to aid you and take your consciousness from the slot that it is in at the moment and move it along to a higher aperture of your physical, of your conscious arrangement. But the human default program that 99% of our planet lives within is not really commensurate with being able to read those higher apertures of consciousness. As a result, you miss out on more than 1/3 of your life, meaning you spend 1/3 of your life sleeping and you forget most of it. Every now and then you may remember a large moment where you see your loved ones that have departed, or you see a major event that is on the highway of your future that is facing you. You may remember those things, but we don't really choose to remember our dreams. And that, unfortunately, is one of the reasons why most people, when they leave this life, they go to the duat. They don't go to the human afterlife, or they don't go to some of the higher worlds where exalted beings dwell, gods dwells, or angelic beings, galactics, or celestial beings. Beings who live within the human default program have been hardwired to not readily accept free will, the divine. And as a result, we keep coming back here. I'm going to take the me out of that, right? So let me fix that, because I am not involved in that. When people leave this life, most likely they will come back as an unconscious, inanimate, possibility. Inanimate possibilities. Inanimate possibilities of the divine is what 90% of your consciousness is made of. So it takes someone like me to switch on those inanimates so that you can start perceiving on a larger level. And it is possible for everyone, but most people are distracted by, the Will Smith slap or the Vladimir Putin Ukraine debacles and all of the other things. And yes, these things are going on, but it doesn't have to be the main course of your reality or the bane of your existence. So literally, when I started Galacticus, a lot of people were saying, well, we're in a recession. People are not going to come and pay you to hear you speak and talk about spirituality. People are trying to keep their jobs. And I would say, I agree with that, but that's not my reality though. And as a result, lots of people that did not have the spirit of lack or poverty consciousness made sure that they made it to be able to attend my seminars. And those people's lives have changed to a grand degree to where they feel like they are living in their own dream. I remember when I went on tour with the Klan, and these places I've always wanted to go to. This was the Gods of Rap tour, right?
Right.
So I spoke to Divine, who's RZA's big brother, and I said, Divine, I want to go on tour. Divine, I'm like, yo, God, if you can get yourself there, man, you family, you can do whatever. And that's how Divine talks. Love you, Divine.
You went
So
into it.
Divine,
Good
right?
impression.
I got myself out to Heathrow in London, and I met with the fellas, and it was a great show. Now, Killah Priest, I was ready to come home after that. I literally just wanted to go across the Atlantic Ocean and go to Wembley Arena, which is where they did this show. And RZA said, "Yo, man, so you're gonna rock with us for the rest of the tour?" I'm like, "Yeah, okay." So I called my chain of command back home, who are the women that run my movement in my absence, and they take care of a lot of things. Hello, chain of command. Love you guys.
Mm.
And I said, hey guys, if I leave for a month abroad, can you guys keep everything together? They said, Master Gano, have a good time. And that, Killah Priest, was the first vacation I've ever took. And I've been working hard my entire life. So we went to Copenhagen, Denmark, Ireland, Dublin, Glasgow. We were all over Europe. We were in Finland, Sweden, places, again, that I've always wanted to go to. And there was a photographer that was with us, and he said, man, this is like a dream. And I said, yeah, man, we are living in somebody's dream right now.
Mm.
We were staying at the best hotels and eating the best food and meeting so many people. And it was a beautiful thing. Now, if I had the spirit of lack, I would not have been able to fathom the possibility of even going on tour with them. And it's, again, something that people are a prisoner of their own spirit of lack. So one of the things I do is teach people how to be free of that, how to unfetter yourself from the bondage of what holds you back, from being a free citizen. And there are many, many different ways in which to do that. One of the things that I have, right? This is called GAM, Galacticus Ancestor Money.
Mm.
This is called a golden gun. You can see the energy on the bottom of gold, right? And this is a 24 septillion pound. There are 7 sets of zeros. When you take this denomination, right? And I have several videos that show you how to fold it and burn it at your altar. Literally.
Hold on. Can we see that again? That was so dope.
Yeah.
One more time, the back of it.
Sure. Oh, the back of it, right?
Yeah. Dope. Wow.
Okay. So this is an example, Killah Priest,
incredible.
of I had to take this from the higher worlds, download it into my consciousness, and reproduce it here. And we have 14 different kinds of these. And when people utilize them, I'm going to show you one more that I brought. This is gigantic. This is really, really cool. This one right here is 44 vigintillion pound, and it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 sets of zeros. And these gods right here, this is Kubera, and the middle is Lakshmi. And here on this is the Jade Emperor, or as some of the people in China say, Yuan. He is a god of major, major wealth, as all 3 of them are. So what happens as a result, when you burn this particular note at your altar at night, it strengthens the energy of your memory so that you can see clearer in the dream world. It also allows you to remember your recordings better. You wake up less tired. Why is that? It's because your ancestors are basically waiting for you to connect with them. So this is energy that you are sending directly into the events of your future. You are also setting up a resonance within the spiritual localities, of which there are many, and you are becoming more of a stronger citizen in those places. Now, you asked me something earlier about what's going on now in the reality. What happens is, Killer Priest,
Yeah.
is that there are people literally that are living in hell right now.
Mm-hmm.
And when I say that, I have a friend that just came from Rikers Island. He just was released. He was in Rikers Island for about 8 months. And I don't know if you've heard, but the CEOs are not coming to work, Priest.
Mm.
The inmates are running Rikers Island or certain parts of it.
Right.
And it is like a real hell. I saw a video the other night of somebody who was on one of the blocks. I don't think it was Rikers Island, but it was a video of this guy who knocked out a CO, picked him up and dragged him into the cell. One of his cohorts, slammed the cell door shut. The CO somehow came back and bust out of there, and they were trying to drag him back in there. They overran that sector of the jail, of the prison. And this is the reality for a lot of people in and out of jail. You also have some people who are living in a utopiapic shambhala within their consciousness, because they don't experience being hungry. They don't experience the spirit of lack. They don't experience not being free enough to go on a tour or really experience the beauty of life, because that's something in the consciousness that they have availed to themselves. They've availed a certain modicum of light to exist within their consciousness. As a result, they're not living in bondage. And there are many different ways to do that. So the point that I'm making, Priest, and to the audience, is that you can literally be in the same room with 12 different people, and each one of those 12 people are living a completely different reality. They will go home to a different reality. Some of those people will go into a heavenly state at home. Some of those people will go into a hellacious state where they live with roaches and mice, and they don't have any peace, and the environment is not peaceful, and they don't have any food. They don't have any medicine. Their bodies are sick. Their consciousness is sick. And this would be a physical hell for them. Again, it does not have to be that way, but every man basically dictates how well he's going to live this life. And it all starts with a decision of how it is you're going to approach the quality of life that you're going to live, or the disparaging ravages that you will accept as your fate.
Right. Incredible, yo. Incredible, yo. We got a couple of questions for you, but I got another question. How could one tap into, like, the best way into their higher self?
Tapping into your higher self. Well, let's start off with the premise that your higher self is your energetic twin. Your higher self emerged into this reality at the moment you came out of your mother's womb.
Mm-hmm.
Your higher self sits anywhere from 7 inches to 7,000 feet above your head, and it sees all of the things that you do not see. It talks to you in your own voice. A lot of you have heard your own voice speak to you, like you'll be in a relationship and it'll say, really? Is this what we're doing? Okay, don't go to that party. You know better than that. You have to lose, it tells you things, it directs you. But when it sees that you are not listening to it, it will silence itself. Because like we said at the beginning of the Podcraft, nothing that is divine wastes energy. And your higher self is more divine than your physical container. So how to get closer to your higher self? You can begin an exercise of doing 3 things that you know you need to do, that you've been ignoring. Some people know that they need to lose some weight. Start moving towards that. Some people know that their higher self has been telling them, you need to detox. They'll hear it, but they won't turn the corner and procure that for themselves. Start off with 1 thing that you've been ignoring. Most likely your higher self has been tapping you on the back of your head, trying to get you to do that. If you start cooperating with answering and responding to what your higher self has been asking you to do, you will become its friend again. And you could rearrange the structure of the quality of your life just by starting to do that.
Man, that was very heavy, man. That's what we need, because too many times we don't listen to that inner voice, or that inner voice you was talking about, or that higher voice. You know, it comes in, but then the distractions and things like that. What is that?
Right.
Yeah, I mean, from your knowledge, man, I want what is that? You know what I mean? The distractions and all of that. What is that? What causing that, and why? You know, why is it?
That's another great question, Killah Priest. And one of the things I would say, it goes back to religion. It goes back to the demigods that came to this world thousands of years ago, and they were outnumbered. So the tapestry of our planet at the time, we were not conscious enough to be able to interface with certain sky gods. So when they touched down on this planet, this was after Atlantis, because that's a whole nother subject. But after Atlantis fell, we literally sealed our fate to be commandeered by some of the beings that touched down on this planet. And one of the things that happened was, when they saw that we were, I got to stop saying we, but I'm doing that, I guess, as a human, but I have to take myself out of that.
We get you, bro.
So,
we get you. It's all
right?
great. Yeah, we get you. We got you. Here's
cool.
your place. You can say all of that. We know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Okay. So when they saw that we were beginning to populate and outnumber them, they utilized something that they knew would keep us subservient, afraid, docile, and contrite. And that was religion. How is it that we can get these people to obey our desire and to be afraid of us and cower and tremble at the mere thought of not pleasing us? How do we do this? They basically designed quite masterfully the advent of religion. And as a result, that has dumbed us down precipitously to the point where we really don't think outside of what religion consequences us. We don't think beyond what religion says we ought to do. As a result, the repercussion is we're not free thinkers. We think in a box of accepting certain things that just don't make sense. And that is the beginning of what the hard wiring insists will be our doom. So once we get outside of that and we start interfacing with other gods that did not have a hand in our destruction or shortening our lifespan, now you're starting to deal with real power. And the demigods did not want you to know that these gods existed. They also didn't want you to have any altars in your home so that you can access the intelligence of some of the gods that could do one thing for you in one lifetime that it literally would take you 10 or 100 lifetimes to accomplish on your own. So real evolution is not something that we can accomplish by ourselves. This is the reason why when you look at Melchizedek, or if you look at Zarathustra, or you look at Lord Thoth, you look at certain beings that have come to this planet to try to assist earthling humanity with being redirected onto the trajectory of a divine course and work your way out of the human default program. But I don't know if that answers your question. I think I might have forgotten your question because I went off on a tangent. But does that answer your question?
Yeah, it got in there. You got in there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
We got a couple of questions from the super chat. Is that cool?
Yeah, that's fine. Let's go.
We got one above that one, too. Shout out to Ceaseless 100. He said, "Super epic priest. Thank you for the Stream Master Gano Grills for your presence. Love the build." It's one. Okay. Truth Seeker says, "What did Jesus mean when he said make friend with mammon?"
To answer your question, first of all, and this may freak a lot of people out, I don't give any credence to Jesus because I don't believe in his existence at all. So it's not a question that you would have to ask Reverend Ike or maybe Brother Polite or someone who still carries that particular, but you couldn't ask me that because I just don't believe in his existence.
Okay.
Respectively.
Right. No doubt. No doubt. Cammy Harris says, how can we get those notes? Yeah, that's a good question. Those notes to burn at our altar.
Right. You can get them at galacticus.com, and that is spelled.
Gotta put it up there for me.
Right here. Gal, and you could screenshot this actually, by the way, and galacticus.com, GALIGHTICUS. If you go to galacticus.com, and Priest, maybe we can put later on, I'll have my link tree sent to you, and you could put it in the description, right?
Yes.
And all of that will carry you there. But for now, you can go to galacticus.com and go to a place called Ancestor Money, and you will see all of the denominations. You will also see a brief paragraph about exactly what it does and lots of things. I also have several videos about the denominations, and you could go to my YouTube channel, and it is also entitled Galacticus.
Right. No doubt, man. This is already getting deep, yo. We about to dive deeper, yo. Gano, oh man. I knew, I said, man, when we go there, I know portals were gonna open. That's why I'm ready. And I told the audience to get ready to listen to things that we may not have heard before. And it's a step into a direction where I think the world is headed. Well, what are your thoughts on where we're headed?
Well, there's going to be a movie coming out called Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness.
Ooh.
That movie is going to be what Galacticus is all about. So what we're heading for, again, everyone's reality is different because we are multi-dimensional beings. And when the first Doctor Strange came out, I did a seminar called Hyper-Natural Magic. I gave a complete set of words of power that basically serve as being keys to unlock the reality as most people would consider this arrangement to be. 4 days later, Doctor Strange, the movie came out, and everyone that was at the seminar said, Master Gano, everything you taught us was in Doctor Strange. And I said, well, it's a good thing you guys came to the seminar before that stuff came out. A lot of times, the things that are espoused in the MCU, which is the Marvel comic universe, they have a penchant for, I'll teach about how to do certain things. Then there'll be a movie released about it. And what's sad is that people have more of a belief in some of the things that are touted as fiction within certain movies, whether they're from DC or MCU or some of the other places, than rather someone who is a representation of a divine avatar right here on Earth, giving people the things that basically will recodify reality and empower you. And that's part of the human default program. One of the reasons that if you look at the prophets and you look at certain of the gurus and the mages, the sages, the saints, some of the people who were really divine beings who have incarnated in human form, why do you think they had to do that? They had to incarnate in physical form so that we can identify them as our own. Also, as being able to say, well, if you're a breathing vessel, as the 5%ers say, with the arm a leg, a leg, a arm a head,
Mm-hmm.
and you're able to do these things, it must mean that I am able to do it as well. And this is the reason that a lot of the beings, and there have been so many that have come to this world, but again, the human default program is the imprisonment of not being able to see a miracle right in front of you. Because the first thing you're going to think is, oh, that's CGI, or that's fake, or that's a deep fake. I've done miracles in front of people, and people will literally not see it because they're so over sensationalized and stimulated with other things. Meanwhile, there are people that will see, and I'll give you an example. I have a video where my eyes turned completely gold. The eye of Ra, the eye of Horus, literally were on my eyeballs. And you can see the same sigil that you see, that is the eye of Ra, that was on my face. And then I did this, and then the image went away. When I asked people to look at what they were seeing, I also gave them another exercise. Why do you think that happened? It's a message to you, and it's also a blessing, but it's an invitation for you to open up the dormant spectrums of your own spirituality so that you can really do some powerful things, not only in your life, but on this planet, and hopefully for your community in no particular order. It's something that people have to accept. So right now, remember, for anyone who is watching this and may be struggling, your reality does not have to be a struggle. It does not have to be a grind. It doesn't have to be lack. It could be something far greater. But the key to unlock that power, and the key to unlock some of the luxury of what it is to be had, is your free will of accepting the responsibility that comes with that.
Crazy. Yeah.
I love in that movie with Doctor Strange when he is being shown at first how the science works, and she pulls out the book showing the chakras and the importance of energy and the Taurus field, and he immediately showed skepticism.
So
He's gonna get he's downstairs. He showed the skepticism of I don't believe in fairy tales of chakras and stuff like that. And then I love how, she pushes him out of his body and he's in the astral realm, which technically is what we are also in when we have an out-of-body experience, right?
You said technically we are having an out-of-body. You mean at night when we go to sleep? Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Every night. Every night.
That's beautiful. And I just love how he's awake during it at the same time, where some would say, oh, well, that's similar to having a psychedelic experience. If you've ever done mushrooms or LSD, you're technically kind of going out of your body in a way, and you're seeing the grid and all the technicality of this actual, world, where it's a lot of numbers and there's so much kaleidoscope, crazy stuff happening. That movie was really eye-opening because you can relate to it if you've ever done psychedelics or if you've had out-of-body experiences. The Doctor Strange franchise is just amazing, and it happens again also in the Spider-Man movie, where Spider-Man's pushed out of his into his astral body. It's great. I love it. But I just wanted to add to that. I also wanted to ask you, have you seen Moon Knight yet?
I have not.
Okay, you're gonna love that because there's a lot of Egyptian influence in that movie, and so much stuff to look up that I don't know about yet. But they show Thoth, and they show a lot of Egyptian gods in there. There's so much Egyptian influence in these shows that
Right.
you got to wonder. Life's imitating art, art's imitating life. What part of this is fiction, and what part of it's not?
Yeah, there's definitely a lot more that meets the eye. And I think that there are some very astute people that really have their hands on the pulse of being able to tell the story of what has pre-existed for a long time, So when you look at the gods of Egypt and you look at certain other things, there are certain things that I do disagree with, which is the representation of who the gods were when they actually walked the face of the planet. That always seems to be plagiarized, if you will. But we have to get beyond what it is that, and again, with religion, unfortunately, they always say, pharaoh, but they never say who the pharaoh was. They never say who the gods were. It's hilarious how the Bible vilifies Kemet, and Kemet is the actual name of Egypt. So when you're dealing with the Kemetic gods or the Netaru, they did walk the face of the planet, and their powers were amazing. Some of the things that, you know, when I went to Egypt the first time, when I went to Kem, one of the things that had awakened in my consciousness was I went to Abydos, and I heard a voice that says, "What do you see in all of these temples?" And I had to think. And then the image of an Ankh came up. And I said, the Ankh? And then the next thing that I heard was, now use it. I said, okay. And ever since that moment, whenever I hold an Ankh, there was a woman who actually was a really good friend of mine who took me to Kem the first time. I had an alabaster Ankh and I pointed it at her. She was blasted off of her feet. And I
Say that again?
What was that? What happened? I had an Ankh. It was an alabaster Ankh. And I jokingly pointed it at her. And when I did that, she literally was blasted off of her feet. I said, well, what did you feel when I did that? She said, I felt the energy of the Ankh blasting me off of my feet. Since that time, I have taken different versions of the Ankh and I placed energy inside of it. And when I do that, I call it a cosmic beacon because that's actually the name of it. Lots of my students have the cosmic beacon. And what it does is once they put it on, there are certain spells and things that they need. There's a certain way that they have to activate it. It connects them to their divine parents. And it's beautiful because they're divine parents who actually gave birth to the energy of their soul. Basically, now they have a conscious connection to their divine parent. And there are lots and lots of testimonies that I have on our Facebook page, the Galacticus Facebook page, of people who have literally seen the gods who are their parents. So one of the things is, on this planet, one of the reasons why it suffers so much is because we don't have a conscious connection with our divinities. But once that changes, this planet can change overnight. And, you know, the forebearer of divinity should not be touted as a fictional thing by going to see a Marvel comic universe movie. We have to get out of that and realize that these things are beyond real. And could you imagine what our planet would be like if people embraced their spirituality the same way they embrace going to see a movie like Moon Knight or Doctor Strange or the Avengers Endgame? What if people approach their spirituality with that same zeal? Again, this planet can change overnight, but it's going to take a little bit more work, and hopefully that's why we're here.
Don't you agree the priority would be to strengthen our pineal gland as best as possible, since we're under attack by so much fluoridated water and poisonous food that's calcifying our pineal gland and cutting us off from our soul?
Partially, but the pineal gland does not altogether connect you with your soul, because your soul is located in 3 different places in your body. That's just one.
Oh, okay.
But
I didn't know that.
Right. Your soul is located here, here, in the lower dantian. So when someone dies, there are 3 balls of light that dislodge from the body and coalesce as one and leaves or jettisons away in a ball of light if they're illuminated. If not, then a dark ectoplasmic will form, and that will be the antithesis of someone who has produced a lot of light into this world. But one of the things that I would say is that it's important for us. Oh, I forgot where I was. What was I saying right before that whole thing?
Yeah, sorry about that.
Yo, you said
That's okay.
You said we're gonna forget a lot of things. You said you going so
Yeah.
deep. You said you manifest that. We actually seen the miracle take place. You said we was gonna forget a lot of things as we go on. That you said that was crazy.
Right. But and I definitely don't want to settle for that. But and again, like I said, when I speak, we go off on so many different tangents, and somebody's probably gonna type it. We were saying this, but
The craft room gonna get
yeah,
it.
I completely. Yeah, definitely.
The craft
But anyway,
the craft room will get it in a minute.
absolutely.
Yeah, they offer.
So that's just what happens if I don't drop a pin in where I was. It goes.
Somebody
into
said light
completely
body.
something
Were you talking about the light body? Oh, gotcha. I didn't hear
No.
light body yet. No, produce.
No, it was something.
Producing light into the world. Light. It's three people.
Something about that, right?
Yeah, 3 people coming in with light. Someone said produced a lot of light into the world. Oh, you're talking about the dark energies? No, you were on that.
Right.
3 lights.
And it was a whole train of thought that I had.
It's my fault. I apologize. I was so into.
No, it's okay. We're all building together.
The story
but,
of chi energy.
Say that again.
The miracle aura. No, it says the chi energy. Demons left her body. They're coming at some people. Ultra. I'll wait for them to come with the right one. Well, yeah, craft room. 3 souls, 3 different locations of the spirit. Yeah, they on it, man. They on it. The orb.
Right. That's okay. That's okay.
You
were
were talking about, I think, the importance of keeping our frequency up before we pass. Something similar to that.
Yeah. It's
We'll
gone.
come back around to it. Yeah, we'll come back around to it.
Back. Yeah, we'll denote it. But
I know you was
again,
talking about because I had a question in my mind about copper, because you was talking about connecting with some type of elements, and I was thinking about the copper
and zinc.
Yeah, but he was saying something. I was like, sort of like copper, like surrounding. I know that's the energy. Oh, when you had the unk and you blasted. And I was
it's like divine parents.
Right.
I was talking about, right, and how we all have divine parents. But one of the things I was saying is that we have to get to a point where hopefully, if you look at other worlds, other habited worlds, a lot of the worlds are inhabited by humans. Same arrangement, one head, 2 arms, 2 legs, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the human genome exists on billions of worlds. There are some worlds that are strictly divine, but our planet, there's a difference between a planet and a world. We are still inhabitants of a planet. And until we get to a point where we shift that and we start turning the planet into a world, an illuminated world, that's what's going to make the difference in terms of the quality of what we have. Because when you live on a world has a real conscious, illuminate connection with its divine parents. And there are beings that, again, that are a lot larger than a physical body, that are able to produce a progeny. That progeny would be us. So we need to connect with our origins. But unfortunately, because of religion and programming and towers and distractions and lots of other bad kind of noise that they call music, these are all of the disturbances that impede us from being able to freely connect with the regular updates of evolution. And we haven't even gotten into the food and all of those other things. But making a free will conscious connection will allow us to do that. And again, it's something possible, for everyone.
Yeah. And then we went off the pineal too. The pineal. He was explaining the pineal gland.
Right. Yeah, I was saying that the pineal gland is not the end all and the be all. It is a way to connecting with the pineal gland is not the main thing. Just because and that's something that I also do at my seminars. I will touch with an instrument. I have certain instrument that will bring celestial wattage into the body and turn certain things on. But if I gave you a locomotive as a gift, a locomotive easily costs millions of dollars. It doesn't mean that your life is going to change for the better, because now you have to find a place for the locomotive. You have to get a license for it, and you're going to have to find a place to drive it or something to do with it. The pineal gland is similar to that. If you don't know the purpose of what it is to do with your pineal gland, it doesn't make sense for it to be on, because the pineal gland will allow you to interface with a multiplicity of realities with divinities. But again, there are people, and here's the analogy. I drive almost every day. And I'm in the fast lane most of the time because I like to get to where I'm going safely, of course. And there's always someone who's driving 40 miles an hour in the passing lane or the fast lane. So it forces me to blink my lights or beep the horn or go around them. But the case in point, audience, is that they should not be in the passing lane because they're not going fast enough. There are lots of people on the planet who are in a lane that they're not equipped to be in. And as a result, it causes certain crashes to happen. And that happens every day. So spirituality is slow and steady for a specific reason, to protect you. You want to build your consciousness to a point where you can move freely. You know what to do when the death event basically visits you, because it will. And if you accept the event is real, you will die. But if you don't accept it as a real event, you will transcend. And there are people in this world that have transcended. I have a seminar that I do called the Golden Chariot Light Body Merkaba program. I've given that seminar twice. And it is the seminar where I literally show what a body of light looks like. It's the most magnificent thing you have ever seen. I show different kinds of light bodies, and I also share the codes of how to bring that out of your consciousness and how to build it. The first year that I gave that particular seminar in Florida, 2018, literally, they shut down 8 solar observatories. Do you guys remember when that happened?
Right.
That was mutually exclusive to that particular seminar. And the gods that were coming in and out of the sun, that was giving Galacticus a lot of different information, NASA did not want people to see that. And it was very interesting. If you're able to find some of those images on certain parts of certain kind of web, you will literally see huge gargantuan beings with wings exiting the sun, and some of them going into the sun. That's all Galacticus. So, I would say, again, if people are ready for the next stage in their evolution, you can become one of my students. It's not cheap. And it is something that, again, one of the first things that I tell people, if you're going to be a student, it's really like going into the mystery schools. People from Rome, from Greece, they all went to Kim to try to learn higher knowledge. Sometimes they had to wait 20, 30, or 40 years to become an adept or an initiate. Sometimes they would have to do something that was ridiculously outlandish to prove that they were worthy of getting the knowledge that the mystery schools had to offer. When they left the mystery schools, they were able to build flourishing civilizations and bring about lots of inventions into this world. So these are some of the things that I make available to people who are ready to take the next stage in their evolution. And again, when people don't prioritize spirituality, life is a lot different on this planet, because you're not taking advantage of the light that is all around you or available in a very succinct way to you.
Indeed.
Are there any psychedelic ceremonies involved or meditation ceremonies, may I ask?
Psychedelics are a useful tool. And a lot of times, unfortunately, what's your name, by the way?
I'm AD.
He's the engineer,
AD?
man. Yeah. He's the one you talked to about the dream. Yeah.
Right, no, I know. I just wanted to know your name. You said AD, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so AD, what happens is there's a community of people that utilize psychedelics as a crutch. But you don't need psychedelics if you're trained. Your consciousness can do all of those things without the use of psychedelics. So to answer your question, no, I don't offer psychedelics in any of my teachings. I teach people how to do that intrinsically on their own to get even beyond what psychedelics are able to produce within the consciousness. Psychedelics act as an EpiPen, if you will. It gives you a nitrous oxide boost for a limited amount of time. But it's not something that you want to depend on. And I'm not speaking against it. I'm just saying that as an introduction or as a cursory level invitation, it's okay. But ceremonies, yes, we have lots of ceremonies. In fact, all of my students see me in their dreams. I teach them in their dreams. And we meet on a place called the Ark. And the Ark is literally a large spaceship that has a library that is amazing. And if you go to the Facebook page, my students put testimonies there every day. And my students see me in the form of Lord Thoth or All Father or Lord Ganesha. They see me in all of those forms. And that basically shows them where they are in their own consciousness.
So it sounds like you're into raising the Kundalini organically to release the DMT rather than use theogens.
You're funny, AD. So it sounds like you're into raising the Kundalini. Yeah,
he's a Pisces, so he's trying to,
sorry.
Pisces. Was trying to find.
It's hilarious.
If I'm using the wrong terminology, let me know.
No. Okay, so what you say almost denotes that's what I do. It's one of the many things that I do help people with. I do activate the Kundalinis of people, but as really a grain of sand on the beach of Galacticus.
Okay, it's one of the many things that you do. It's not the main thing.
No, not at all.
Gotcha. That's cool.
It's a real deal, bro.
I'm learning. I'm just trying to take it all in.
Yeah. It's all new. That's
cool.
It's all new. Yeah. Well, you know, on the Podcraft, this is like a therapeutic thing. I always say when we have guests on this magnitude, it's always better just to take in. And you know what I'm saying? I'm speaking for myself also, you know what I'm saying? And then, you know, you just put it on that scale inside. And then I know the question you asked was very well thought out. I mean, slowly thought out. But he's just trying to figure out, he's a Pisces, you know what I'm saying? I know you, yeah. Pisces do that. They quick. They go in the water, like, you know what I mean? Right. So we got some more questions. Good. Yeah. It got some more questions.
We're already in the subconscious realm, you know, easily. But I wanted to like get a few of these terminologies correct and everything, you know, trying to take it all in.
Absolutely. No doubt. Yeah, that's commendable. It's important, I think, to have the right kind of literally, again, right? If you look at titles and names as an email address, you want the email address to be, as they say in London, spot on, That's on, not a yet or a tittle off. So it's very, very specific and didactic. And at the end of the day, dotting the I's and crossing the T's really clarifies your reality to a very succinct point. And it's important to do that because a lot of people live in a very blurry, murky reality because some people, everything is everything and everything is not everything. It's really, really specific. And an executive producer is not a writer. An actor is not a gaffer. A director of photography is not a PA. So these terms are all different for a reason. And the clearer we are about the terminology or the titles or the dates or the facts or the verses, chapters, and all of those things specifically, it's important that we utilize our abilities to compartmentalize, because our intelligence is far greater than we actually utilize it for. Case in point, when you look at someone like Jay-Z, Jay-Z says that he doesn't write down any of his lyrics, and he knew one other person, which was Biggie Smalls, who also said that he did not write down his lyrics. They can comprise a rhyme scheme and remember it and access it whenever they need to. What's funny about that is that's really, really analogous to what we were doing in Harlem when we had number spots and we had to remember lots and lots of numbers. Or I come from the 70s and the 80s. There was a time where I remembered 40 phone numbers. The ability of that has suffered because I don't have to remember those numbers anymore. I might remember maybe 4 phone numbers because it's at my fingertips. So I've done myself a disservice of not utilizing the utility of memory. But as an actor, I remember there were times where I had to memorize an entire script. When I was an actor, I always was the one, if I was doing a play, I wanted to be the first one off book, which means I would live with the script and I would read it on the train and I would look like a crazy man reading the lines and acting out the lines and doing all that stuff for an entire month until I got it in my head. But there's really no other reason if you don't utilize the facility of memory, mastery, and other things, there's no reason for your consciousness to engage within it because you're not placing the demand on your consciousness to do that. As a result, one of the things that I have all of my students do is manifest their way onto the arc so that they know that it's possible. It's something that they've done from their own desire, and it proves to them that they're capable of doing a lot more. I have them do certain rituals. I have them do lots of things that really don't make sense in this reality. So getting on with the exercise of doing things that most people cannot do, whether it's in your recordings or in your physical life, or doing something that stretches the boundaries of what your limitations are, that's the key to hopefully becoming a God one day. And I don't mean a 5%er when I say that. I'm talking about a real God that has the ability to be semi-omniscient. And that means having consciousness everywhere. If you look at this statue right here, that is All-Father Odin. All-Father Odin hung himself for 9 days, 9 long days. And Asgardian day is 1,000 years of our time to one of their days, according to the mythology. And he also gouged out his eye in order to gain the knowledge of magic and mystery. And as a result, he gave some very, very poignant sacrifices in order to get some of the things that this universe has to offer. That same being teaches some of the students upon the arc, and lots of my students have seen All-Father Odin directly. And lots of them have been given runes that don't exist on this world. A lot of them have had conversations with him, and he is a divine father to a lot of my students that are on the Galacticus arc. It's very interesting. All of my students have had very elaborate experiences with the gods of all mythologies, and Galacticus is the only place on the planet where you can get that kind of divine diversification.
Nice.
Synchronicity is incredible tonight. We just was talking about Galacticus. We got a couple of super chats for you, yo.
Galacticus,
yes,
not Galacticus.
Yeah, Galacticus. Right,
Galacticus.
right.
Right. There you go.
We see use the words right. You got, yes. All right.
Danny Salinas asked, can you ask him about telepathy and how it works?
Telepathy.
Telepathy is one of the facilities that are from your upper registers. Telepathy functions on one of the 4 finer ethers. So you have solid, liquid, gas, and then you have 4 ethers that science has not developed the instrumentality yet to measure. Telepathy belongs on those higher ranges, and it is the ability to telepathically communicate with someone without the advent of words. When we were in Atlantis, we did not communicate verbally. We spoke telepathically. We also used holograms. We took a hologram from here and projected it into the first eye of the individual, and there was no need to communicate. Lord Thoth was the one who had to basically raise us up from the death of Atlantis and give us numbers, writing, and speech, words of power, or heka'u, because we've lost the ability to do that through the fall. So that's what the telepathy or the telepathic range of consciousness functions on. It functions on the 1.5, 4 octave or ether of your consciousness.
Nice. All right, that answers that. Next one from Donkey. He says, "How much do I have to pay to not struggle / unlock my potential? Couple $100?
Yeah, put a price.
If that's how I could see that, you definitely have the spirit of lack, Donkey. And
Can't put a price on
that's
that.
really what I mean.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if this is a troll or not, but I'll answer it just for
Yeah, I
shits.
dealt with Donkey before.
No,
Yeah.
it's a real question.
Right?
Yeah.
Right. So if you say, I could tell that you have the spirit of lack, Donkey, as you call yourself, which is interesting, and you literally think, well, how much do I have to pay not to suffer? A couple of $100? As long as you're thinking like that, beloved, you will continue to suffer, because it's that kind of thinking that locks you into a lower reality. So one of the things that I would say is, if you're serious about your suffering, I don't know why you're suffering or what kind of suffering, right? And there's probably not enough time to turn this into an impromptu consultation. But I would say, look at why you're suffering. What area of your life are you suffering in? And you may want to think about getting an altar and making offerings to your divine parents and to your ancestors. And they will help you to stop some of the suffering that you are busy engaged with at the moment.
Wow, that's good advice.
If you're, I'll just add on. That's beautiful. Like, if you're dealing with, and it's nothing wrong, but if you're dealing with like traffic in your way, like he said, pull over, man. Change your tires. Do something different. If you're going in the house the one way, go in the house backwards. Go, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, do something different. Change something in your life to change it up. That's what he's saying.
Absolutely.
I feel like you revealed a secret method right there with creating the altar. Because shouldn't we all have some type of altar?
That's good.
Well, let me ask you a question. I'm going to answer a question with a question. Do you have a car?
Yeah.
Okay. Does the car provide you with the amenity of not being held captive to carpooling?
Yeah.
Or public transportation? Do you have the amenity of coming and going as you please because you have your own car?
Yeah.
Okay. So when you look at the altar also provides you that same amenity spiritually, because it gives you a conduit of how you can connect with higher forces that are beyond you. When you don't have an altar, it is synonymous with walking into a dark room with no lights. If you continue to walk, you may step on a skateboard and break your neck. You may bump into a wall. You may gouge your eye out with something that's poking out. However, if you press or find the light switch and illuminate the room, the illumination allows you to see where you're going in that once dark room. And these are the abilities that having an altar affords you. It affords you the ability of having an illuminated path and looking at certain things that are going to be in your way and being able to go around or bypass or completely dissolve it from in front of you. So going through life blind is what not having an altar is.
So it is. Sounds pretty necessary. I do have an area where I kept crystals and stuff like that. But it ended up just becoming a place where I would just keep my weed. You know what I mean? But I do have an area where I would kind of just, keep all the spiritual stuff, and I would charge crystals. I use quartz and stuff like that, and a snowflake obsidian to capture energy. And then I've also been studying.
That's true, AD.
Yeah, and I've been studying pyramid energy too. We have a chi generator over here that is in the shape of the Great Pyramids that has smaller pyramids underneath it. There you go.
Hey.
Now that's an organic pyramid, right?
Hey.
Oh, it lights up.
Oh.
Nice.
Yeah, we're gonna have these on our website soon, but I'm gonna just jump on real quick, AD. What you're describing is not an altar. It's really more of a workstation or an active shrine. There's no divinity on your workstation, and it's not to be thought as an altar. If you're not making offerings to your ancestors, with GAM, it's a cute little workstation that has some, certain energies, but you're not going to get the power that the altar will produce as a speaker, projecting sound and divinity into your life. So the two are completely different.
Yeah, I've also been doing a lot of saging because, this podcast is in my house. So I constantly have people coming in and out. So every time after every podcast, I sage the whole room, and it's noticeable when I don't. I notice that if I don't sage the area, I can feel it. Do you know what I mean? So do you use Palo Santos at all too, along with white sage? Sorry.
You are hilarious.
That's what I tell
them. So Palo Santos, all of these things. All of these things. One of the things I say to my students, right, when they ask me certain things, I just say, "You guys are so cute," right? So, I have things that are. Well, first of all, my place is a temple, so I don't need sage. I don't need Palo Santo because my entire place is a temple, and I have statues that are really, really huge. So to answer your question, no, I don't use it because I just don't need to. But if someone doesn't have certain things in there, I have a temple in my home. A temple is 1,000 times stronger than an altar. I've grown to that point. So the energy here literally is that. But everyone doesn't have that. For people who do have an apartment or whatever it is, it's very helpful to burn incense because certain incense are pleasing to certain gods and certain exalted beings. And burning Palo Santo and sage also is a good function to dissipate certain kinds of energy. But eventually, you want to grow beyond the need to have to utilize those things, and you want to start growing into certain statues that are. I actually have these statues. The word escapes me at the moment, but statues bring certain kinds of statues that have certain power to it. It literally allows the gods to look directly into your life and see what you need and provide it. I have students that have looked at their statues after I've empowered it, and the statue smiles at them. Or this position of the statue will move. So when you start moving up the ladder, and like I said, Palo Santo and sage, that's good in the beginning. Crystals are good in the beginning.
Yeah.
But that's very, very cursory. But when you move beyond that, now you're talking about talismans and artifacts and cosmic beacons and certain medallions and things like that. Nice. But in the beginning of your journey, yes, those things are good to have.
Yeah, I think I'm still in the beginning, but man, it's noticeable.
In the beginning.
Yeah, you can feel the energy, and the benefit is palpable, I'm sure.
Yeah. There's one more super chat here. Should we get to this one?
Yeah.
Henry Jackson asks, what types of meditation and practices would you recommend to remaster?
There's lots of, depending on where you are, it really depends on, again, where you are in your spirituality. So certain meditations and certain practices don't fit everyone, and it's really not a one size fits all. So where you are will determine what I would suggest. If someone is a neophyte, I would basically stay away from things that are too complicated. I would say right now we have a newsletter on galacticus.com. And when we send out the newsletter, I send out certain different things. We have something called the Galacticus invocation. If you go to galacticus.com, you will see that there. You could download it and you can make a copy of it and you could place it on your, on your altar, or you could keep it by your bedside. And it's something that you can read every day. And when you read that, you will be pulling into your mind field certain kinds of light that will allow the disturbances of programming that is really all around you through the ELF pulsation of electricity behind your wall, from your cell phone, and the towers that are pretty much in your neighborhood. When you utilize the Galacticus invocation of light, it will begin to dissipate the disturbances of all of those things. So that's a good place, I believe, to begin. It's also a world prayer. We have a light world meditation also on the website. It doesn't cost anything. So those two things are really, really good for you to read at least once a day. When your tongue starts expressing the words and the tonality of what is written there, it's going to begin to change your consciousness in a very, very smooth rate, so that you're not flabbergasted. Sometimes when people have a shift that's too strong for them, they literally have a psychotic breakdown or they go crazy. So it's very important to have a smooth transition of your consciousness going from one plane to another. And these things are very, very, they're helpful to your consciousness and they're gentle. So that's what I would suggest at the moment.
Okay. You just got AD. You just got handled. No, stop. I was real all in love.
That wasn't for me. That was he was answering the question from the super chat. But speaking of super chat, Donkey says thank you. Solid advice.
Yeah. And,
absolutely. I hope it helps you.
Shout out to Ceaseless also. Shout out to Ceaseless also, man. This plane that we in, we on a high level right now. My man, Hari just walked in. Word up, yo. This is heavy plane, man. I want you want to come up here? Sit down with me. Yeah, this is my man Hari, Sri Master. Word.
How are you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Now this will be good for you guys to meet because
he has a machine. Yeah.
Boom. Go ahead. You say it, Priest. You say it.
He has this Tesla machine. I'll let him tell you about it. The Tesla machine that you have. First of all, this is Sri Master Gano Grills and Hari.
Nice to meet you.
Howdy. How are you?
Yeah. So what's good, man? Well, how you doing?
Great. Just got back from Panama.
Yeah. No doubt. Oh, okay.
Oh my God, what an amazing place.
Beautiful, man. Beautiful. Yeah. My man, Sri Master was taking us through some science right here, man. It just came through. Crystal, oh yeah. Could you tell? He has this crazy machine, Tesla machine. Could you tell him about it a little bit?
The Therify?
Yeah. Therify.
Well, it's something that's been in use in modern times. We think it actually goes back all the way to the ancient Egypt, because in the hieroglyphs you actually see images of the same device that they had in Egypt that uses vacuum tubes and generates a cold plasma field that a person lays in. And it basically, what it does is it brings the cells into a 0-point energy, which allows the body to completely regenerate and go into a very deep form of meditation and release.
Right. I've been in it, right? Is that the one?
Oh no, I don't think you've done it.
I've never done this
No,
one.
yeah, we showed pictures last time.
Right. Okay.
But
All right.
yeah, you haven't you did the biocharger
Right.
and the pulse, but you haven't done the Therify.
Oh, okay.
The
I was gonna say. I was gonna tell Gano. When you come out here, you gotta come to this place. I know you already traveling in the Merkaba light, and I want to ask you about that too. The science of the Merkaba light and traveling in those dimensions that you had talked about. But definitely, we have to take a trip to his what do you call it? Ascension Center?
Transformational universe.
Yeah.
Healing universe.
Yes. Definitely want to invite you in there. It's like very high energy in there. Or, yeah.
Okay.
Right. So when you come, definitely we go there together or whatever. You know what I mean?
Okay. All right. That sounds good. I'm looking forward to it, and I might be in LA before you know it. But I have another 5 minutes, guys, and then I have to go and there's some work to do before I say night.
All right. Real quick, Merkaba light, real quick. Just give me a little bit of it. What is it?
There are different kinds of right. There are many different kinds of light, and Merkaba light in particular, but the one that I teach is called the Golden Chariot, and it is the most royal of them. And there are the energy of certain gods that comprise it. Right. And it's something that takes a period of time to basically cultivate it. But for lack of a better term, when someone does produce it, they will be able to come in and out of this reality. But unfortunately, the people that are successful at basically getting a Merkaba or turning their body into light, they don't want to come back to this. And the analogy would be, when I lived on 445 Liberty Avenue, I lived there about 12 years ago. It was the worst apartment I've ever had. And I had bed bugs at one time, roaches, mice, and rats, and two crackheads that lived atop of me. I think it was a time where all of them were at the same time, if you can imagine that. And it was every day when I walked out, I literally across the street from my meager apartment, I would see 444. That was what was across the street, 444 Liberty. My point is, where I am now, 12 years later, you couldn't pay me to go back to that place. I'm sure it's been reconditioned and refurbished, and there's no reason for me to revisit that. So when you look at higher beings who basically have broken out of the human default program, whether they have transcended or ascended, there's very, very minuscule reason for them to come back here. And if they do, they would probably be similar to Baba G, right? Hade, are you familiar with Baba G?
Sure. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, he did the world a favor by breaking down the structure and coming from beyond the veil, but even incarnate for very, very short distances of time. And when he was here, it was amazing what he would wear long white robes and he would walk through the mud, but the mud refused to soil his garment. People would get close to him and they felt like they were standing next to a heater, but they didn't want to get too close because they didn't want to get burned. So my point is, getting the light body or obtaining the light body, it's really, you have to be ready to basically move on from this life. But it's a passport. It's literally a celestial passport that will allow you to go in and out of the sun, go into the great central sun, into other planets that have the same resonance, which is a very high one of your actual light body, whichever one it is. And coming back to Earth is probably something very, very distant.
Man, I think you just channeled off. You just channeled off into the galaxy with that, brother. Yo, man.
I just wanted to answer your question.
yeah, indeed. Yo, Gano, I wanna thank you. I wanna put up your information. We'll put up the information to go to your the seminars or what you teach, and your information where to get that ancestry, all your information
Yes.
and where you'll be at next.
Right. So right now, what I would say is I'm going to send you a link tree, and hopefully you can edit, the description and put it there. I'll get that to you hopefully before the night is over. But for now, the website is galacticus.com, and that is spelled GALIGHTICUS. And there's an entire Galactiverse, if you will, that's available there. We have blogs there. We have certain videos. We have the links to our YouTube channel, which has over 300 videos about everything and anything pertaining to spirituality, numbers, angels, gods, altars, ancestor money. All of those things are on our YouTube channel. We also have a sign up for our newsletter that comes out right before we give another presentation or a webinar or a seminar. And lastly, I would ask all of you guys to join us on our Facebook page. We have a Galacticus Facebook page, and there's testimonies that are posted almost every day from one of the people in the community of Galacticus. We have a page on TikTok as well as Instagram. So you can follow us on all of them. And each one of those media outlets have different information that I post on all of them on a regular basis. All right.
No doubt. I want Rasul to meet you. Come on, come here, Sul. I want Sul to meet you before you exit out. You exit out. This Sul. He's in the building too.
Peace, Rasul. How are you?
Peace.
It's good to meet you.
Peace, Gano, man. It's kind of crazy. I recognize you from a lot of those films. That's so
Right.
dope.
Absolutely. How's everything going this evening? Good?
Doing all right here on the crash. Like Priest was saying, it's therapeutic. It's good to hear this kind of information. You know what I mean? And have people like you and Hari here to, help us expand our consciousness. You know what I mean?
That's right.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And very, very familiar with everything he was saying. You know what I'm saying? When you talked about finding your incarnated channel through Tahuti or Thoth, everybody has to find their guardian angel or their incarnation objective. So, yeah, it was awesome build.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very awesome.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
because a lot of people.
And I love the background too. I love to see the skies and the lights and all that. That background is very, very, very soothing.
That's AD.
Yeah, I felt it was appropriate for this topic.
Very nice.
That's all AD
Very,
right
very
there.
nice.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
Exactly. Man, it's been incredible, man. I feel like enlightened. Feel like inside. I mean, it was great. Oh, you have to come back, bro.
Oh yeah.
We have to pick a date when.
Absolutely.
We have to make another time when you come back. I definitely want to do a part 2 on this. On the craft, because
Sure.
not a lot of cats come to the craft and have the craft room quiet.
Yeah.
They were really loving it. They were loving it.
I'm holding back because I got questions like crazy. I still want to talk about astral projection and all that stuff, and I'm sure he can connect with Hari about the
This
machines.
conversation right here.
Yeah.
You and Hari, yeah. Oh man, I just want to hear y'all two talk to each other. I'll be quiet.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely,
Right?
man. Word.
Yeah.
And when
Absolutely.
when he comes, we gotta definitely bring him to
Totally.
the center.
I ain't been
Cause he's
up-
already there. You got what you was about to say?
I haven't been up there yet. I got to go up there. I live here in LA, and I haven't been to the the secret
Tomorrow is wide
sanctuary, the chamber.
open.
Yes.
Tomorrow is
Right.
wide open, guys.
If we gotta go on a Thursday, we can go tomorrow.
Definitely looking forward to that. And you know what? The next time I come on, I'm most likely going to talk about World Illumination Day. It's something that I do once a year. Most likely it will be May. I think it may be May. It may land on May 16th this year. And it's going to be a webinar presentation. And it's just us giving energy to the planet. So, I need to come on before then. And we want to get as many people just to come on. It'll start at 12 o'clock to 4. It's only 4 hours. And, a lot of people don't give any energy to the planet or themselves, but we live here. And you really can't live anywhere for free. I know when I was in LA, literally, I was baffled with going. I was on Hollywood Boulevard and I saw all of these homeless tents. I couldn't believe, for blocks and blocks. And Hollywood was never like that. So since COVID hit, a lot of people have been displaced, but even more so, a lot of people have accepted the spirit of lack within their consciousness and decided to just live on. That's not the best way to exhibit to the purpose of your life, by living on the street, because we're not in India. We're not living a life of austerity as an ascetic. And there's really no reason being in a place that generates 85% of what is inside of the marketplace of entertainment, why anyone in Hollywood should be displaced consciously or unconsciously. A lot of those people prefer to be on the streets because they have mental issues and they don't want to be confined by four walls. That's actually the conversation that some of them have. So my point is, we still have a lot of work to do as a humanity on this planet. And one of the reasons why we're so divided is because it was built into the programming. We have politics and sports, and the tribal influences of our DNA is a good thing, but when it's against each other and we literally have the same internal, then we do the external presentation. We look the same on the inside. We have the same blood, the same structure of autonomy, and the same biology and the same bacteria. The bacteria is millions of years older than us, but we want to play a game of prejudice because I'm not a Democrat and you're a Republican, or I'm a liberal or I'm a conservative. And it's one of the things that hold our planet back from, like I said earlier, of being an illuminated world. So I'm going to talk about that when we have World Illumination Day, and that will be on the most powerful month of the 12-month cycle, which happens to be the month of May. And I'm looking forward to that. So I'll be back before then. And, I'm looking forward to speaking with you guys. And if I do come to LA before that time, I'm going to make sure that, we all get together, hotty. And I want to see, your chamber, and I want us all to spend some time together. All right. You have to go to some vegetarian spots out there too.
Yeah.
All right.
A couple of spots out there.
So you're vegetarian.
Thanks for having me on, Killah.
Yes.
Podcraft.
Yes.
Well, I'm not a vegetarian.
Oh, okay.
But I like vegetarian food. I'm still a heathen. I still eat. I still partake in fish and all of that foul stuff that you guys like to make fun of us about.
No, there's nothing wrong with that. Not on here. We don't make fun of us.
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
there's new evidence coming out
I
now.
know some people are probably sucking their teeth right now.
Well,
Okay.
Man, listen.
But yes, I'm looking forward to that, and I'll let you know, whenever that happens. But thank you for having me on the Podcraft, Killah Priest. I appreciate it, and it's good speaking with all of you guys. All right. Okay. Have a great night, guys.
Thank you so much.
We're letting you off the Podcraft right now, yo. Shout
Launching
out to-
off.
Peace.
Launching back to his galaxy.
All right.
Thank you.
Take care, guys.
Bye.
I would love to hear him and Billy Carson.
Oh, yeah.
talk.
Yeah.
That'd be crazy, man.
Yeah.
I just wanna
Where
hear-
does he live?
He's in New York.
Okay.
Yeah, he's in New York. He's gonna be out here soon. He did a lot of movies. He's actually an actor/actor. He was first started off as one of the best graffiti writers in New York. So
Wow.
yeah, so a very long time. So it was crazy, man. He was going in. Hari is back, yo. That is crazy. So how was Panama? I see you got your man
This
here.
is my main man.
Oh,
This
you gotta
is
bring
my
him. We gotta
main
bring him on. You know what I mean? We got room for him over here, right?
Yeah, we can. I'll get another chair right there, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's introduce him and
let
tell us about this trip, man.
Yeah, let him sit right here.
Sage,
Okay.
yo, I felt we've been hit with the sage. You've been hit with that was crazy, man. I'm enlightened, man. Brother Gano went in.
So Panama was amazing. I mean, we don't, in the U.S., we don't realize the history of that land. Ever since the conquistadors came there in 1500, they've been wanting to build a canal. Ever since then. I got a history
Put that
lesson.
for him when he sit down.
When I was there, we took a tour, like a private tour, and we went through Panama City, went to the canal, and so I got the whole history of that land.
Right.
And we also even went to see indigenous tribe in the jungle.
Oh, nice.
So we got to visit their village. We took a boat ride deep into the jungle.
Right.
We went to a waterfall. It was an amazing trip. And then the first 11 days we were at this town called Gano, which is it's basically a bay that's about 5.5 hours drive from Panama City, or you can take a plane. It's like an hour flight to get there. But it was developed by one Israeli guy. He started there 15 years ago and created this whole community of people that came from all over the world and just live in this community. And it's like a tribe, literally. People walk around. The kids are like friendly. Everybody knows everyone. It's like a community that was how the earth was hundreds of years ago, where people just lived together, right? Instead of being all separated in a city. So that aspect was amazing. Because I got there and within 5 minutes, I got introduced to all these amazing people, and we just became friends. Like within minutes of being there, it was amazing.
Wow.
So that aspect was incredible, and but it's a pretty intense environment. So like the equator. One of the things I found out, it was amazing. I was kind of worried about going there because of the heat, and I thought, oh my God, I'm gonna die in the heat. It's 90 degrees.
Right.
But like just before I got on the plane, like a day before, there was somebody asked a question on Facebook about MS, and they're like, "What do you do for MS?" And I thought, well, I prepare, right? That's one of the main like medical things, right?
Right.
But then there was this guy, Jack Cruz. By the way, he would be awesome for your podcast.
Let's
dude.
do it.
This
Jack
guy,
Cruz,
he's a renegade neurosurgeon. He's a neurosurgeon, but like renegade.
I love renegade.
Hardcore renegade neurosurgeon, but he's a very smart guy. But what he told me, or what he said, he commented on this Facebook page right below me.
Right.
And he's like, I had 2 MS patients that I told him, go move to the equator. Go, in that area of the world, right? Both got cured just living in the equator.
Wow.
Because of the power of the sun. The sun is like literally like 5 times more intense in the equator than it is even here in LA. So I went out there. We went and took a little trip to this island called Isla Iguana, which is a bunch of iguanas living on this island.
Wow.
And we laid out in the sand literally for 10 minutes, and I had 2nd-degree burns in 10 minutes.
That's how close the sun is.
That's how intense the sun is.
Wow. Shout out to 2nd-degree burns for real sun. Word.
But
out there, huh?
but the thing is, though, is that really the sun is the most healing element on the planet. If you can get that kind of sun, it overrides any medicine that we know, literally.
Is vitamin D?
Well, yeah, you get massive amounts of vitamin D, but there's literally thousands of things that get created from being in the sun, not just D. It's like we don't even know all the things that happen. But it's
We got a question for you, Ari.
Yeah.
Spirit of Lack asks, Hari, do you have or know any spots that offer similar services as your business in Arizona?
There's a place, I believe in Phoenix, that is a biohacking, not sure the name of it, but I know that they have ice baths, they have saunas, they do Wim Hof, they teach the Wim Hof there. They would just have to Google that. I don't remember the name, but it's in Phoenix. And I know Sedona has the Therify. I believe it's probably on their website. If you go to therify.net, you can find Therify in Sedona. And also my friend Troy Casey, who is like the ultimate, he's the health nut, certified health nut. He's in Sedona. and he's a huge resource for people to go and practice these kind of practices with.
I like that title, Certified Health Nut.
Yeah, he would be great to have on the show.
Hey, get that.
Yeah. Definitely certified health nut.
Yeah, health
Yeah,
nut.
yeah, yeah. He's in Sedona.
I want to be a certified health nut.
Yeah, just
We got Ceaseless 100 says, welcome back, Dr. Harhari, to your build. Rasul, you fam for life for your contribution.
Oh, thank you very much.
Nice.
Yeah. Thank you. That's ceaseless.
That's Ceaseless right there.
Thanks. Thank you.
no doubt. Everybody, Sedona. I've been telling people about
Yeah.
Sedona. Getting out there to Sedona, man. That place, the Red Planet.
Yep.
But you've been Sedona. You got to go. Oh, you never been?
Is in Arizona.
Arizona. Yeah.
That's the
Red.
the
Yeah.
desert, right?
Yeah.
Nah, I never been. I want to. It's two places. I want to go to Sedona and the White Sands. Y'all know about that?
In New
White-
Mexico?
It's in New Mexico. I'm sorry.
Yeah, yeah.
That's-
Yeah. I think you got to go that way. Come back this way.
New Mexico is amazing. I love New Mexico. That's my home away from home. I literally go there every year.
Yeah,
It's
that
like
is
a
beautiful.
pilgrimage.
Yeah, that is beautiful. The houses, the roads go down.
Yeah.
Northern New Mexico is one of the most beautiful landscapes in the world, as far as
Right.
I can tell. It's
Wow.
unbelievably beautiful.
What part?
Like from Espanola all the way to Picosa, that area is like some of the most remote highway, but it's high desert and then it turns into alpine on the way up, like going into southern Colorado. The most
We got to
beautiful.
take a trip, AD. That's
Oh my
right.
God.
How far is that?
It's like a 16-hour drive.
16 hours.
Yeah.
I'll
But,
show.
but
I'll be
it's beautiful the whole way.
man.
Yeah.
You can't take the ride, the air conditioner and stuff
Yeah.
like that. You getting spiritual, bro. You got to
Yeah.
take a pilgrimage at some point.
It's so far away.
It's not that bad though.
We do it every year, man.
16
Come
hours.
on, we did what RV? Just ride on out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Come on.
Yeah, your herb. You know what I mean? Your little weed.
Yeah. Introduce us. Your best friend right here, man. What's good?
This is Om Prakash.
Jeez. What's up, my man?
Good to be here.
Oh man, I'm glad you're here too.
Yeah,
What's the
thanks.
deal? I know we supposed to have did that. I had went up and saw my man from Guam, DJ from Guam, and we was gonna do the ceremony.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, the ceremony going. We were supposed to come. Shout out to Kambata too, because we was to get Kambata. Have you seen him? He's on the show a couple of times, and
Right.
he's like super dope with psychedelics. He's like almost a shaman, like you. He's up there with that, and I was like, if I go, I want Kambata to come.
Is he here in LA?
Nah, he's in what was he?
He's in Connecticut.
He's from Connecticut. I think he's in. I got to find that out.
Yeah,
he's
I-
from
I-
Connecticut. So. Yeah, he's on the East Coast though. Yeah. Shout out to the craft room. If you're just coming in, we got Hari just walked in. We just had the master Gano Grills who came through, and he blessed us up with some blessings. And you just got back from Burning Man out in Panama, waterfalls. Oh man, next time I gotta go, yo.
Yeah, no, it's
yeah.
it's amazing. It's an amazing place.
Who were the indigenous
do anything
peoples like that?
They're the most beautiful people I've ever met. Like literally, like I hate to make the analogy of Disney, but I felt like I was in a Disney show. I mean,
Wow.
like so pure innocence, beautiful people. They're barefoot. They don't wear shoes,
Hey.
and they can walk on the sharpest rocks, and they don't get. I mean, like we're walking in boots, and they're walking just barefooted on the. It's
And they
unbelievable.
build up the calluses.
Unbelievable.
Right?
Unforgivable.
Yeah, you got to.
You gotta build the calluses.
I agree
What's
with
the
you.
name of the tribe?
Yeah, I gotta go with
I
you.
want to
name?
say it's Tunacita or something.
Tunacita.
I'm guessing. I'm not. It's still with a T. Yeah. But they're beautiful people. Oh my God. Amazing artistry. They do crafts. They make.
I'm gonna go ahead now.
They weave bowls and plates and all kinds of art.
Yeah.
The women do
I
the
can't catch
art
it.
like that, and the men carve rosewood like incredibly, kind of like this, like a piece of rosewood,
Right.
and they carve it all by hand with no just from their mind.
Wow.
And it's just an amazing life. I mean, they live in little huts, thatched huts that they build. They do all their cooking in the huts.
Did you eat some of the food?
Like
Did you
that?
eat
Yeah,
some of the food?
they gave us a meal, and,
Right.
and we danced. I got to dance with some of the women. That was fun.
Hey, how was that?
There you go.
Wow. That's the part I want to. I want to know about that. I want to be.
What you doing, man? What you doing, man? I'm just kidding.
Coffee.
Seek's gone wild.
I gotta give you. We need another cup. Oh man.
Yeah, it was quite
I always
fun.
need another cup.
Hey, yeah, we gotta get one of these cups for this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is some coffee.
Oh, yeah, it's the,
I'm gonna pour you some of this.
Oh, you got coffee?
Yeah, I got coffee
Okay,
too.
okay.
Yeah, you gotta get him a cup.
Yeah.
Bree.
Gotta give him a big cup for the coffee brew.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It's sparkling water too in it. So it's a little
Sparkling coffee.
yeah, sparkling
Coffee
Always.
soda.
Always look at the different.
Shout out to.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, I was just shouting out. Shout out to Dave Flores. He says, "Peace, Hari Hari, and Om. How was the ceremony? Oh, tell us about it."
It was beautiful as always. A lot of profound healing and transformation. You know, it's all about helping people wake up and embody their true potential, connect with the elements, mind over matter, and wake up to our true nature and live it. Life is the ceremony, every part of it. Whether you're chopping wood and carrying water, or working with sacred medicines, all of life is the ceremony, and it's always beautiful if we let it be that way. The bumps and the blessings.
Right.
Well
First
said.
time I ever speaking on a podcast, he get a bomb. That was nice. That was dope.
Yeah.
That was dope. Well,
I like that name too, Om.
It's AUM.
Oh, AUM. Good.
Yeah.
Good thing I didn't post it. Okay.
sit here.
That's how you really spell it.
Yeah.
Somebody was telling me. Yeah, Om is the universal, the sound of the
Cosmic
universe.
vibration.
Cosmic
Yeah.
vibration force.
Yeah. And that's the ceremonies. I'll tell you, when I did the first time I did ayahuasca with him, that changed my entire life. Everything about my life. It was the most profound experience. And that was just the first time. And then I got even deeper.
Oh, wow. Wow. Do you guide you with the voice, or you like ayahuasca's priest, or like it guided you? Or y'all just did it together, y'all just went
It
on
was
your
a
own
co-creation, I guess,
Yeah.
but it was so profound. It was just like the right combinations of
Yeah.
things coming together, I guess. I don't know. But I mean, it's
Love it.
all I can say is it's
path. I'm
profound.
doing it with Hari. I'm there with Hari, yo. Yo, this is much, oh man.
This is a dream come true, by the way. Remember the first time I was here, I talked about him.
You did.
Oh yeah.
I was like, you gotta have Om on this thing.
you did.
And his music
Right.
is supreme.
Wow.
The best musician I think I've ever heard on this planet.
That's
wow. What do you play?
crazy.
Everything. They don't call me the cosmic vibration for nothing.
Okay.
You play all that.
And I like the way you
Nice.
said it. Yeah, I can
So you
tell.
play all the instruments,
I
huh?
feel the vibration.
Okay.
going
Yeah,
on.
no, you do.
Okay.
We gotta hear
Wow.
his music. You gotta
Yes,
play
yes.
some of the
Man, we usually have a guitar or something.
I got a guitar. I got a restring, but the electric guitar works. I had
I
that.
got
I had that
everything
ready.
in my car.
You got everything, huh?
Everything.
Hey, it's up to you. We could plug
We
in
can
if you want to.
Hey,
I'll rock some drums
It's up to
over
him.
here. You know.
We should have Congo. Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Bobby
that would've been
Congo.
good.
We don't want any conga drums in here though, right?
He heard you say that.
We need to go to like an area where we can record. and get
Oh,
loud.
a little earlier.
Yeah,
A little early. We get Congo next time. Bobby Congo. Shout out to Bobby
Just
Congo.
because of my neighbors, you know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Bobby Congo. All right, no doubt. He out there listening. I mean, it's up to you. I mean, we can plug in or just keep it like this. We'll come back.
Yeah, no,
another
but I
time.
think we should at some point. He's
Yeah.
got stuff on YouTube too. You can play some of his.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
You
just seen a
know.
musician and got us.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Word. Shout out to and Dave Flores plays too. So we gotta one day we get Dave Flores. He's that animator. He's my animator. He did like mad videos we got coming.
We got to do a jam session. Once I move to a bigger location, I'm gonna have an electronic drum
Shout
kit.
out to Flea. We gotta bring Flea too.
We have an electronic drum kit,
Yeah,
and then we'll
yeah,
have
yeah.
Flores,
Yeah.
Jimmy Roach, who's gonna
Yeah.
be a guest here soon,
Jimmy Roach. Yeah.
and Flea,
Yeah.
and then
Flea
we'll have
from.
Chili Peppers,
Oh
Yeah.
really?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh wow.
and then we'll have a
Yeah,
full-on
she
jam
played.
session, and then Priest is gonna rap.
Yeah, I rap. He actually played right there. Did he have his own guitar?
No, I had my bass already ready for him.
But I'll drop a beat for you right now if you want to rap.
Hey.
Hey,
Dang, did I have to freestyle?
What you gonna do? Beatbox?
I'm
do
too.
it.
You can do a beatbox.
Let's do it.
Beatbox.
Man, I have to wow right now. I'm too teed up, man. I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna pass up on it.
I didn't even know you were gonna have me on here. You're talking about getting put on the spot, man.
Oh,
Yeah, what comes
I
around
could
goes
rhyme
around.
now. I could. If you push me, I'll do it.
I'll push you.
Yo, what should we do? Like, I look at the. It's
about to go down.
Yes, indeed. About to get it in.
All right, we doing this?
All right, let's go. What's that? 808? I didn't even know he was getting down like that. It's like cyber.
If you don't know,
Cyberpunk.
now you know that I get down like that.
Yeah. Psychedelic, quite angelic. Yo, a Viking helmet still going. Yeah, still flowing. Off the top, unorthodox. Keep rolling with the ill beat. Technique. Yo, technical priest. When I release masterpiece, have to be. Yo, coming out his mouth without a doubt. Beats. What's that genre you're using? What's that again? That's called is that dubstep?
Beatboxing, but
No, that's an ill style. I never heard nothing like that.
he was doing some beat dubstep right there.
Yeah, let's keep going. Let's keep going. All right. Come on, they're giving me fire, son. Y'all getting me hype right now. Transformer. Yo. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Techno, electro, chords, vocal cords, swords from the Lord coming down like a crown on the head. Yo, like the hair from the dreadlocks. Yo, we about to go non-stop when we rock. Open the mind just like a book. Josh Bowen, I keep it flowing. Yo, Doja Bay, book on there, rhyming all day. We got this. Rasul, you ready to come out, make a move. When you move the crowd with the technique, with the mic, Rex speak, you got AD, you on right now, the Podcraft, Alarm Math, we coming down, yo, this is how we do it, cigar ash, never car crash, Scarface, car chase, yo, bars relate,
The dream in my wake.
start moving, start improving, yo, the craft room, Marco Buddha, yo,
Dream awake. Dream awake. A world of harmony, which we create. All that in the system, happens and we pray with the plant spirit, made to elevate. Lucid, dream awake. Nah, hey. Yeah. In the light, show us the way.
Hey. Okay.
oh, there y'all have it.
Yeah, you know why hip hop is better than Christmas?
Wow.
Hip hop is better than Christmas because it's so present. You can't unwrap it. It's rap.
Yo, that was like. Did you do the? That's like he did the Tibetan chant with the beatbox. That's kind of.
That's what I was trying to figure out.
Ill, yo.
Yo, he did a didgeridoo.
That's what it was, but it was it was
You got some different styles
with
with that.
something else.
That was a didgeridoo in there.
So I was so caught up in how you was doing that, I was just like catching. I was like trying to catch. No, there's a electro. There's a sound like that.
Dubstep.
Almost like dubstep a little bit, but that was a different type of beatbox she was just doing. That was crazy. Incredible. I could already see what kind of musician you is by.
You might take some cats out with that style.
Yeah.
You coming in with the Tibetan chant, you know what I mean? And then with the beatbox, and you battle somebody with that, what you going to do?
Jack said my mind's spinning.
You know?
Yo.
I don't know, though. Then you had AD, added the sound effects to it. That was
I just wanted to layer something on top. It was cool. We were going for like an Egyptian vibe.
Yeah, kind of sound like.
Cross that.
Yeah.
You got
Mongolian.
I like that.
Sure.
Thanks, Cash. He said I'm a real artist.
You know what I mean? He come through with the beat. Just come through.
Thank you, Cash, for that.
You know, that's kind of ill. That's ill. Not kind of ill. That's ill.
Yeah. Somebody said, K Lash said dubstep. Jody got all her hearts in her eyes. Okay, Jody. Shout out to her. Dub Meth Step. Who that? That's hilarious. Ian. Shout out to everybody out there, man. This is great. Yo, we had it on. We rocked on. Let's go to the music. Since you like music.
I wanted to ask though. Can I
ask one question?
Yeah. So. With ayahuasca, right? I never done it before. I done DMT. I done it in a tablet, and I think I'm still affected by that to this day, right? But I've been doing a lot of research on ayahuasca for a long time.
That's your first mistake.
I shouldn't.
Anything you hear on the internet is probably bullshit.
What? Well, no, I watched a lot of documentaries of shamans and different guys, like the real joints.
I said that's your first mistake is the research. Anything you hear on the internet is probably bullshit.
You went on the internet?
No, I watched the Joe Rogan show, and had people on there that did it.
Yeah, Joe Rogan's all right. Yeah, he got some good stuff to say.
Yeah. Like he talked about a lot of people talk about different experiences with it.
You learned to do ayahuasca from Joe Rogan?
No, he was just had people on there explaining their experiences. I've never done it before, so I can't. So I'm just looking and listening to what he's saying. So I'm just like, man, you got to really be ready for that. If you know.
There's nothing you can
What was the question?
for that?
Well, no, the one question is this. The gestures that they talk about are the gestures of the different beings that they see when they're on ayahuasca. Is that, what is that, what are those kinds of visions?
Come on, bro.
What?
You said you got a question.
Yeah, I'm asking them about
the gestures that people see.
because he said they see a lot of different beings.
Well, that's what Joe's talking about when he had did DMT.
Well, I think it's important to make a distinction. Not a lot of people talk about this. There's different levels and realms within the experience, and they're accessible through plant medicines, but also just through high-level breath work and meditation and things like that. There's many paths that lead there, but there's the psychedelic level, which people talk about a lot and a lot of people get caught up in, but then there's another level beyond that, which is the visionary level, where you're not just letting the substance overtake you and seeing whatever, but that you're actually doing the work to step up and meet it and embody that. And then somebody that has the skills and the training to call in the spirits from the plants that they've worked with and from the initiations that they've gone through. There's different doctor beings and different energies and spirits that will come in and work on the people and work on the space.
Right.
It's the real work of a shaman is really like a spiritual lawyer, somebody who's negotiating between the people and the spirit world. Right. And so if somebody has the appropriate training and they're really qualified, then it's the capacity to call in these spiritual beings to doctor people and to do the work and to intervene.
Nice.
There's a lot of people out there that are not really working at that level, and you can tell when somebody is and when they're not. So yeah, anybody can take something and have visions, but to really call in the spirits and do the work is a whole nother level of things.
That's been was my experience with him. Is that literally. Yeah, like you said, the psychedelic is one level, but then when you kind of get through that and then you start accessing, well, for me, it was like accessing, well, for one thing, like he was saying, the helper beings.
Get closer to the mic.
These, spiritual beings that exist in an alternate plane. They're there, and it's just a matter of being able to access them. And the medicine kind of thins that veil,
Right.
so you can actually interact with these beings, and it's quite remarkable. Because for example, I remember one of the ceremonies I did, where I did a lot of my meditating in the bathroom. That sounds bad, but that's where I was.
Let that shit go. That's what it's all about.
But anyway, I was in there, and literally this an image of one of the gurus, actually the Sikh gurus, who were very powerful spiritual beings. He literally manifested right in front of me in the bathroom, and like 3D, like holographic, right there. And he didn't. He was just transmitting chi. It wasn't like I was learning anything intellectual. It was just a heart-soul connection. It was profound.
Right.
And it was way beyond just having like crazy visions. So it was a very powerful soul initiation.
Nice.
Yeah. But that's one example of it. But,
very
but
well
also the other part of it is that you're getting access to the deeper memories of your childhood, where you had deep inner wounds from different things that happen in relationships and stuff. So it's a lot of psychological work when you do ayahuasca, because it opens up the Pandora's box, literally, so that you can work on these things. Yeah.
We've got a super chat here for you, Dr. Harhari.
Yeah.
He says, Fella B asks, Dr. Hari, how do we block out stress by the foods we eat?
That's a very... How do we block out stress? Well, you eat good foods. You got to eat good foods.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I mean...
Can't block it out by eating a Snicker.
I mean...
Well...
Food should... the most basic thing is... Let food be thy medicine and medicine be thy food. I mean, you should always be eating food that's healing in whatever way that looks for you. Like my dinner tonight was ice cream. And some people would think, oh, that's horrific.
You definitely know about Dr. Ray Pete. You definitely know Dr. Ray Pete. That's awesome.
Yeah, but I feel amazing from eating a quart of ice cream.
Yeah, it's nourishing.
Yeah.
You're getting the full macro breakdown.
No, you need to get not just the nutrition from the food, but the essence, the pleasure of eating the food too. Like food should feed your soul.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to add to that anything?
Yeah. It's to shout you out.
How to block stress by the foods we eat. Well, I think that there's different levels of it. When you're operating on one level, the physical foods that you put into your body are really important. Some things are going to nourish you or help you cleanse. Other things are going to be like poison. And that can vary a little bit from person to person. That say like all medicine is poison and all poison is medicine. So, that's case by case. But then there's another level that... it's really more about the attitude that you move through life with. And you can smoke cigarettes and, eat ice cream for dinner and still be in good health. Really just depends on your state of consciousness. But in general, for most people, anything that is really a lot for the digestion is going to add to your stress, because stress is just blocked energy. So if you eat too close to the time you go to bed, you're not going to sleep well because you're supposed to be resting, but instead your digestion is working, so you don't get the full rest. So, eating a few hours before bed is recommended. And then,
Nice. Very cool. Ceaseless 100 says, thanks for illuminating the show even brighter.
What can I say except you're welcome?
Yeah, I'm getting all the props.
Nice.
All right. So you finished asking your questions?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, it was good.
Your Joe Rogan drops?
What's wrong with that? Just saying you surround him on the...
Love Joe.
I don't love him.
Joe Rogan.
Interesting conversations.
Everything you say is Joe Rogan.
Yeah, well, he got a lot of interesting people on the show, just like the craft.
Why don't you go there?
You should go there. Wow, it'd be dope if you went there.
Joe Rogan. RZA was there.
Yeah, RZA was up there.
I got my own show. I got my own show. Why should I go to his?
Well, he's been on other people's podcasts too, though. Podcasts, I'm sorry. So, yeah, pretty dope.
No more name dropping. Rasul.
Crazy, man. It's a show.
Somebody up here says stress is the #1 killer. I thought Priest was the #1 killer.
Hey. That's
right.
All right. Let's get to some music.
All right. So we are moving on to the segment of the show where we play tracks submitted from up-and-coming artists, established artists, and beat makers. So the first one is going to be... Hold on, I kind of was only halfway ready here. The first one is going to be by DJ Aurora Borealis. This track is called Triple Darkness. Here we go.
Hey yo, never end the stories like my rhyme never end. Wake up in the morning and you hear it again. Afternoon come to the bigger dawn, like flagging off the moon, goon, holler that loom, the clip. You'll always see a bitch, cops in the unlight space if you a foe, magic carpet. Never to return dissected, C-sected. Bikini Cody, for I thought, Olga had my back. He was too busy, got was stacked, then he stabbed me in the back like the Fed in my rack. CIA, then Iraq, fundamentalist of that, war and drug.
Very haunted.
Yo, quantum wave composition, the space anatomical mate. Wig my premier gland through that time travel on rapper complex text teardrop from the lacrimal duct. I'm Bob Vega, anger, hunger, famine, play, earth fake, earth shake, computer code embedded in the fabric of the universe. I speak these words from the area where I heard it seem to get worse. As the earth revolution, no solution, trying to maintain my composition. My composition navigates GPS global position. I used to prosecute Christian like part of the apostle until I got a vision. Anatomical, astronomical decision. I hold the pen with precision. Microphone, hip hop position. Medical, aseptic incision.
Where's my snare? Aurora, you gotta turn that snare up, man. I know it's just my opinion, but I want to hear more snare. You got something there. You got something. I want to hear the drums. I want to hear the boom boom ka ka gong gong ka ka gong gong ka. You know what I'm saying? Because your vocals are there. You know what I'm saying? We gotta lower the samples a little bit, and it would just be dope. I think you got something. If you send me the mix, I'll mix it for free. But I know maybe you want it like that. Maybe this is how you choose to do it. But I think if you really bring out the kick and the snare, it's gonna pop more. That's my opinion.
I think this, for some reason, I like this one a lot more than. I feel like he, on this particular song, he kind of like, his words is more, like you could hear his words more and it connected what he was really trying to do. Just the beat was, right? The beat was a little like, yeah, the 80s, right? Where's the snare? Turn that beat up. The snare, the drum, the bass, you know, whatever you've got. You know, or just recite those lyrics over something that's a little different and better. Nothing wrong with that beat, but you might want to work on it. Other than that, it was good.
3 minutes. Okay, let's see.
What you think?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I think we'll have one more.
A little bit work? Yeah. Yeah, Aurora. Yo, I'll say the same thing. Just a little bit more work. I know you. As far as the sound, I agree with what AD said. It was haunting.
Take another.
But I agree with it.
Oh yeah.
Well, you know how we feel about you over here.
Yeah.
Aurora doing this thing.
All right. Moving on. This next one is. Hold on a second. This one is by John Dees from Seattle, Washington. It's called The Gods.
John D's on the track.
was John D's. It's called The Gods. Pretty cool beat. I think it has potential for somebody to jump on there. Leaves a lot of room for,
I got it.
For lyrics. You like it?
I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it too.
It's tough.
Yeah, it's pretty dope.
Oh.
Sorry.
All right. This next one is. By,
5 out of 10.
This one's by Dion, aka D Trip. It's called Google Mall. No, his name's Google Mall. The song is called Bodied.
Chin check music.
Sticking out my tongue like Mike not Cardi. Welcome to the murder show, nigga.
Oh, you
Try this hug, niggas.
A big one?
Try it, be cool. I gotta show you. Okay. Yellow caution tape, time to rope the scene off. Packing something fat, nigga, trying to pluck your team off. Aiming for your head, only thought, make it clean off. You give me funny vibes, nigga, something kinda seem off. Hard on the gram, but to me, you niggas seem soft. Fuck a couple shots, but then let the whole thing off. Trying to keep this cream off, you just another lean off. Slide on them, then I turn that infrared beam off. It's homicide when I slide, gotta catch a body. Ask me what happened, oh no, so I'm walking. If the shark stick in the water, now I'm soggy. I'ma show you how you do it, cause you did it as a sloppy. That be on that fuck Rocky, fuck fine, I'm a shooter. Pillar's cap, ran up in his house like I'm a looter. Forget your newborn, my 4-5 is cuter. If she ain't got no money to the curb, I'ma put her out the murder. Drop the Glock, grab the chop, grab the shotty, nigga. He missed now, wish he really would've shot me, nigga. Retaliation is a must, not a problem, niggas. Homicide from the slide, time to catch a body, nigga. Grab the Glock, grab the chop, grab the shotty, nigga. He missed now, wish he really would've shot me, nigga. Retaliation is a must, not a problem, niggas. Homicide, time to slide, time to catch a body, nigga. Got my old niggas out of nowhere, take your car key, emancipation, autopilot RT, Coke 45, unbuckle when a car seat. We've taught to do it all wrong, still we proceed. Half free, shake it up, course me.
Something else playing?
Check fake digs in a Martian, hating on my marksman, speaking on a Corvette. Showtime at Apollo, couldn't wait to Congo. Keep a Miss Butterworth tucked in a Barbie, sticking out my tongue like Mike not Cardi. Bruce Lee, Jimi Hendrix, give him all this coffee. Seattle's best, keep it cracking, we ain't talking hawky. Pull up on lonely, finna bring the party. Did that, wig splash, dream still a part of me. Looking like it's Grand Theft Auto and it's larceny. Feeling like till they honor these. So grab the Glock, grab the chop, grab the shotty, nigga. He missed now, wish he really would've shot me, nigga. Retaliation is a must, not a problem, niggas. Homicide from the slide, time to catch a body, nigga. Grab the Glock, grab the chop, grab the shotty, nigga. He missed now, wish he really would've shot me, nigga. Retaliation is a must, not a problem, niggas. Homicide, time to slide, time to catch a body, nigga.
Yeah.
Hey, that was Dion, aka D Trip, Google Ball, Bodied. Cool. It was hype.
Yeah, you can't front on real when it goes straight through.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the production sound dope. Couple boys said 8 out of 10. I have to give it because this is a song went straight through. I mean, it was. I agree with you, AD.
Yeah, I agree with AD. Give Cover Boy, yeah, he's right about that. 8 out of 10. Sounds, I mean, it just sounds mixed and mastered really well. I mean, you can hear everything. Not my particular kind of song I would listen to on a daily basis, but overall, it's a good song. Shout out to what's that brother name?
That was Google Mall.
Google Mall. Shout out to Google Mall. Keep up the good work, brother.
I like the production quality. It hits hard. I don't know, the message was not really my style, but the production quality, the hit was good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Moving on. This next one is, it says Killah Priest, Intercourse, The Journey of Becoming Better Self. Vitko Icaro. He is from France.
Oh, wow.
And he said that this the video I made using Killah Priest Intercourse. Shamanic theme on the Podcraft today. Energy feels right. He says, I live in a tent in the middle of forest in France for about half a year now.
Well,
you guys keep me going, keep my energy growing, flowing, and growing. Much love and respect. He says he has his kiddo's birthday coming up this month, so need to set aside some cash for Lego. Let's build. We are architects. Okay, here we go.
Wow. Lord, son. Exoticness. Priest mix.
The greatest cream my whole team is eating off of this good shit.
Yeah.
Good shit, nigga. Next time, don't overlook
Ray.
shit. Keep your eyes open and your wallet in your front pocket. Prison chef, ghosts, and nines niggas is the profit.
And priest, Lord, son.
Prison chef, ghosts, and nines niggas is the profit.
And priest, Lord, son.
Prison chef, ghosts, and nines niggas is the
Through the
profit.
rain, snow, sleet, and hell, priests will rebel. See the Israel, builders of the pyramid shell. When I'm compromised, but then the beast will conquer the tribes. Turn off our Wi-Fi. White House has monsters inside, disguised as politicians. They preach and teach to follow their new religion of dollars and percentage. I chose the knowledge 5%ers who exposed the codes the Father had to send us. We were showed the scrolls by our descendants. Science, mathematics was our tradition. I sat and listened. But what about the black Christians? They were the 10% victims, sent to build and destroy the power of those who lack vision. We trapped in the system, but who wrote the Holy Quran, the Holy Bible? Who stole our title? Jacob and Esau, the oldest rival. From beginning to ending, back to beginning, it goes in cycles. We're mixing and blending, lips was thinning, hair blonde and eyes blue. Descendants of Yaqub, Esau's disciple. Before dinosaurs and tribes moved, to the morals became the idols. That's a big smash.
All right.
Gotta get the ball for that.
Yeah, very good.
Hey, you
never heard that one.
You went by default.
And he did a cool little psychedelic video for that too.
Yeah,
That
I
was
like
cool.
that video, man. We gotta push it. Never heard of that freestyle?
I don't think I give you about 5,000 mics for that one. Maybe I give you 10. Go ahead, 10. I like the verse.
Hey.
10,000 mics for Killah Priest. It's okay. I mean, Melchizedek Hip Hop, my big brother.
Hey.
I give it to him. 10,000 mics.
All right. Next up now, we've got. This is Coach Parcells from Rochester, New York.
Right.
Never produced. It's called Never, produced by Coach Parcells of NNN. Never Give Up.
I like the video. Took me back. What's the name of that video? That video game.
I forgot.
Yeah, it looks
It looked like pole position, but
it looked like no sign.
They'll put it in the chat.
Yeah. Road rage, yeah.
Every breath I take is heavy with the thought of you. The moment I wake, I'm chasing nights. Never give up, I never give up. It's better enough, I never give up. It's better enough, it's better enough, it's better enough.
Oh, my bad. You thought it was hot. Cold.
Still good.
Yeah. Journey.
All right. Coach Parcells of NNN. Never Give Up. Cool. That's not bad.
Noise.
Noise.
Yeah, it was nice. I like that.
Yeah, I like it. Needs a little more low end. Good feel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
All right. Next up now.
Marca Buddha.
We got the Marca Buddha.
You sent them the joint?
Not yet. Still working on that. Yamaha SU200 Demo 3 Holloway.
Buddha.
That was the Marca Buddha. I kind of wish we could hear it, directly. I know that was coming from your thing here. It kind of makes it lo-fi when it's like that, but yeah, I kind of want to hear how it actually sounds directly. But it sounded cool from that perspective. You know what I mean? But yeah, give us the export of that. It looks like he's almost going like how Voltage Controller would do it.
Yeah,
where he
But
shows-
you never, Marca Buddha. You never know with him sometimes, man. Sometimes, and he do this. Sometimes you just do that. I don't know what that was. That I didn't hear. It seemed like he was in the background. Like AD said, you couldn't really hear it. It's like you was. It was almost like you played it over the phone. You know what I mean? It's like it was distorted. So I couldn't really hear it.
It's kind of like that. I agree with Priest. We couldn't totally hear what you was doing with Howard, but we knew what you was doing. So yeah, I mean, we just, I guess,
right?
You know what I mean? Like it was like we heard the beat, the doom doom. We seen and we kind of got a feel where you were going at with it, and from there I already know it's gonna sound ill. You know what I mean? It sound dope. It's just we didn't get the full sonic, the full sound of it. You know what I mean? But we already know you an ill producer.
Yeah, I can't tell much because of the lo-fi. I don't know. Hard to give a good read with that sound quality.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, I'm just doing some last minute lighting stuff here.
Shout out to Marca Buddha. I know he in there though.
Okay, let's see. So that about does it. Mr. Atlas, if you can hear me, check your email. Other than that, if you guys are interested in submitting tracks for the next episode, go to killerpriest.tv/song promo and the link is in the description. So that concludes the song segment. Should we play some of the music from Home?
Yeah, man, it was up to Home.
What song should I look up?
We Are So Blessed. I like that one.
Go to bandcamp.com and the artist name is Medisound.
Nice.
Medisound.
Mm-hmm.
This EP is like a few years old, but it's good.
Okay.
I'm working on a new one right now.
Where should I go?
That one right there.
Top one?
Yeah. And then let's do Fire in My Heart, track 1.
All right.
And I play all the instruments and all the male vocals, and me and my bro Tyler from Birds of Paradise do the electronic part together.
Yeah. There's a paradise.
Nice.
I really like it.
Yeah. It's some movie soundtrack stuff right here.
It's fine.
Here's you.
But it says very, very healing too. At the same time, bro. Oh, Matrix.
Oh yeah, yeah. Matrix.
Yep.
Fast and the Furious.
Yeah.
Feeling it, oh yeah, it conquer. Aloha na hona, I wake up the healing. Oh yeah, it conquer. Kundalini moving through, we yeah, feeling it. Oh yeah, it conquer. Aloha na hona, I wake up the healing. Oh yeah, it conquer. Eyala it conquer. Eyala it conquer. Eyala it conquer. Eyala it conquer.
All of this right here. Dude, a movie soundtrack. We'll chop this all up.
Hey, nice. Yeah, it's boring.
Waters of the world, let them run clean. Feel the balance level in the serotonin, dopamine, and know that we will rise above destruction caused by corruption. With weapons of mass love, moving up again. Remember in the interconnectedness of gratitude and blessing. While we bless it, everything we connect with, relentless. When it comes to waking up, like the phoenix spread our wings, soaring high on love. We melt down like the chrysalis, liquid light. Shower know that we come out of this stack on flight. Om Namah Shiva, everything alright. Boom boom Shiva, only in the mystical life. We melt down like the chrysalis, liquid light. Shower know that we come out of this stack on flight. Om Namah Shiva, everything alright. Boom boom Shiva, only in the mystical life. One.
That's dope. So So the sitar you're doing on the keyboard?
No, real.
A real sitar.
Okay. It's a real sitar?
Yeah. All killer, no filler.
Okay. The female vocals.
This one is my sister Shola in New York.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
she's crazy.
Yeah, she's really good.
That's awesome. I love the ethnic sound. It's awesome.
Yeah, that's real doom bag, real sitar. It's flutes and guitars and
the drums, the percussion.
The percussion is me. All the instruments are me.
Okay.
Woo! Taking your journey with. Yo, that is great.
Very good.
That is great, man. That's ready for movie soundtracks. Have you done any publishing yet? Or submitted to any publishing libraries?
I can't give any details at all, but I'm actually working on some movie soundtrack stuff this week.
Perfect. Yeah. Good. Then you're in the right direction, because that's definitely movie soundtrack style right there. Yeah, that's awesome, man. Especially if you do it from scratch.
Yeah, AD caught that.
Oh yeah, I felt it.
Yeah, you got the
I love it. That was really cool. And the mixing and mastering?
All of it.
You're doing all that too?
Me and my friend Tyler. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, we recorded it all in my home studio and did all the mixing, and another guy did the mastering, but we did all the mixing, all the recording. I play all the instruments.
Nice. I like the big, broad sound and everything. That was cool. Love it. It's great. Really good stuff. Really good stuff.
I like it, yeah.
Boom.
That's fire, yo.
Fire.
It's fire.
Keep it up. Keep it up.
Real
Keep it up. Keep it up.
All right. What do you want to do now, Priest?
Now we're about to close up. We got to close up. Got to get
That's
up out
it?
of here. Yeah,
That's it?
yeah, man.
That's it? That's all we got? Yeah. Oh, okay.
That's all the.
We had a what's name on here? I mean, we got Hari here. You can build, but we had a big episode with Gano. You know what I mean? Sri Gano. Dang, I know y'all don't want to leave, but you got to go. Yeah, that's it, man. That's it for the day. Oh, so we got horoscope coming.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to plug whatever you got. You know, hold on. Let's get this right. AD, hold on before you bounce. So we're gonna come into your spot tomorrow.
Yeah.
What time?
Anytime.
And
Whatever works for you.
and you working with Voltage?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God.
Right.
His mom is doing fantastic.
Beautiful,
Did he tell
man.
you? Did he tell you?
Yes, he told me, man. Shout out to Voltage, man.
Wait, so you're already healing?
Yeah.
You've been healing, huh?
Yeah.
Yes, that's great.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Great
that's
news,
awesome.
man. That's great.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
So tomorrow, what time?
Whenever works for you. Anytime after 12, I think is fine.
With the 12?
Yeah.
Check with AD's foot. Ready? We're
Yeah.
going for an hour or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I wake up like at 2, so maybe.
Yeah, anytime.
Yeah, definitely.
Be there
We're
from
open.
3.
I mean, I'm like basically free the whole day. So.
Let's shoot for like 3 p.m. to 4:20.
420. That'd be the.
I was gonna say 4:30, but.
Yeah. You locked in.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta lock it in, huh?
Gotta lock it in.
You got
Around that time.
Dave Flores.
Oh yes, Dave Flores. Yeah.
Dave.
I think he's off tomorrow too.
All right. Whoever's around in the facility, there's Voltage right there. It says peace, y'all, man. Shout out to Voltage, man. Yeah. Great. We should be sending you something tonight, Voltage too, right?
Yeah.
Sending him something and Marco Buddha.
Volta's getting 2 tracks.
Yeah. It's gonna be crazy. Horoscope. Yeah. All right. So
I got
with this. You want to say something?
Yeah.
Shout out to David Flores and Voltage. Got 2 videos I'm working on with him with Proverbs Records. So we're gonna put out David Flores' video first for the promotion, and then the other one we'll just put up.
Dave Flores.
Yeah. So.
What's Dave Flores' video?
The Days of Adamites Past.
Dave Flores did a video.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah.
What happened to Voltage?
No, we got that one too. That one is done too. But we're gonna put out. David Flores gave me the idea to put them out at the same time, like both. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna wait till he does it. NFT. Voltage is working on the NFTs for that video, and yeah. Proverbs Records.
Okay.
We doing it. Lost Children.
And also Royal Priesthood.
Royal Priesthood, I'm sorry.
Yeah, Royal Priesthood, man. Shout out to K9. Shout out to, I spoke to Infinite too. And
okay.
And Purpose from Tragic Allies. Did I
Nice.
send you his joint? We can
Shout out to Purpose too. He was on the last Lost Children album, the whole Tragic Allies.
Yep. Make sure you get make sure you get your joint. And what got anything?
Yeah, how can people follow you?
He's a mystic. You know, it's
I get asked that kind of thing a lot. If you got any advice for me, let me know, because you know I live in the jungle.
There you go.
You know, I didn't even know I was gonna be doing this today, but
Gotcha.
I'm stoked to be here. It's a
Yeah,
blessing.
that
It's really nice to connect with y'all. And yeah, you know, just keep it surreal.
They can follow you on what, Bandcamp then at least, right?
Yeah, that EP is a few years old. I got another one that's gonna be coming out in the next couple months though. I'm working on it. It's getting close.
Okay. Give me that name again so that I have it correct in here.
Medisound, Medisound.
That's right. Okay, so for you guys at home, Medisound on Bandcamp to follow Ohm. As of right now, you're not on Instagram or anything, huh?
No, I haven't touched social media in like 6 years.
Gotcha. Okay.
You know what we should do? We should release Back to the Nebula soon. Because the video, if the album is dropping soon, we gotta come with it. We gotta come with it soon.
Okay.
That's all good.
You can leak that.
Yeah. Well, it's a real video.
Oh, it's a video.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We gotta do that soon.
All right.
No, I'm not from Australia, and I don't smoke cigarettes.
Crap from was hilarious. Yeah.
No, it's good because you got to clarify. Sometimes people would be like, "What?"
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
All right.
That's that.
All right, y'all. See ya.
We'll see you
next
on
time.
Monday.
Yeah, Moon Day.
Peace.
Should be dropping a video Back to the Nebula soon. Maybe tomorrow or tonight. I don't know.
All right. Until next time.
All right.
Ceaseless.
Cecil says, like the Sons of Man freedom speech, pardon me for stepping on toes. I ain't here to buy y'all hoes. We here to bring back shows.
Hey, Hellraiser.
Yeah, Hellraiser.
You must gain balance within yourself.
I'll tell you a piece. With the sun, monsters. Silk with the sun, y'all. Monsters.
Tell me everything you know.
Silk, hallucinogenic power. When Shiva was born, the seed turned to milk.
Yes.
And it snowed turmeric powder. One of her hands reached down and planted the Bodhi.
Yes.
Then handed out roti with chickpeas. Amongst the thick leaves sat the yogi, wearing big beads. Then here comes Jenna, the enlightener.
Are you ready?
You smell the spice as she entered. She painted the tiger in stripes with henna. The oldest scrolls called the Rig of Vita.
That's right.
Hair was non-ether, bigger features.
Yes.
Near the golden monkey, the stone toad, and the salamander. Before Alexandria was conquered by Alexander. Where the gods with the bronze head met the beast with the blonde dreads.
Yes.
Dalai Lama meets Brahma, they feast on non-bread. The Buddha was happy and chubby, rubbed the belly, feel lucky.
Good one.
The gods got mean and turned green like mint chutney.
Moving on.
Romulus and Remus, the she-wolf, gave birth to her puppy.
Yes.
A kid sat doing yoga, played with his pet cobra. He said, Father, I have no attachment. I am one with everything. The sky blackened.
Everything is
Then
connected.
came Vishnu from out of flying crystal. I Star Trek through Tibet. Landed down near plants and insects. Approached the orange-robed monk that sat in front of the monastery. The temple of forgotten vows. Of silence, sweat drip from my brow. I bowed. Priest, return to Easter Island. Witness me coming down from a cloud. Holding the mic, hold back the crowd. Melchizedek inheritance, genetic transmission, mysteries of El Leon. Feel the wizardry as you impale to a stone. That's word to Ganesh, killing Dumbo. In the Laura Temple, A giant cave in the jungle, beneath the stars. Many of the ancient gods depict bulls, snakes, birds, or card. Original manuscript held as archives, locked in a vault. Through the cobwebs and smoke, the living dead, spells said and ghosts. The deepest rhymes I ever wrote, beneath the shrine of the goats. Wet, naked, and soaked, from a baby Mel to Gabriel, riding Haley's tail. Comments hitting your conscience like 80 wells. The teachers in their pride, vain boast, they know nothing. This mic holds substance, and it is they who obey and truly succeeded in achieving total ignorance and sheer bliss. I'm here for years until I'm gone. I leave Saffron. Saffron. I leave Saffron. So, as he was the priest of Zohar, born inside of a stone age, fell off the mountain, cracked, came up, he rapped. Perhaps I take you to the temple soon. You all meet your doom. The smell of perfume.
Accept the reality